Oh God, 8 hours. Just have to shift around. She's in mine, Heidi. Jesus, still okay. Connection's a bit, just a little bit wonky. Hopefully get Andy and Havoc back on here. Hey, babe. Yeah. What happens here, Terry, is because it's an old area. Like I said, it's real close to the city here. Um, it rains and it seems to affect the copper. But my own home, I had NBN, which was super fast and no problems. Um, but here, I think Friday, my brother was saying the NBN comes here, so okay, we'll take that link out again. Wait for the guys. Baby, I'm going to send you the link again. How you doing, Terry? Ed, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I think Andy nicked all the copper. That's what your problem is.
Yeah. Let's have a look here. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to send Crystal the link. See if we can't hook her into coming on.
Sent it to Heidi too.
How you doing, Passport TV?
Hey, Wanker, send it to Heidi also. If
I've,
Heidi
I've
comes on, Crystal may come on.
I've put it in the link in the chat there before. I'll put it back in there.
I was
Heidi,
offline for
here it is.
19 hours, Mark.
Oh shit, man, that would have been a pain in the ass.
It was because I couldn't get in touch with Miguel or anything. You know, it was terrible.
And the worst thing is they don't know what's going on, so
No,
they they,
well,
they
luckily enough, Heidi, I got Heidi's number, so she messaged my girl for me. So
oh, that's nice.
yeah, Heidi's lovely like that. She always helps me out. But when I get knocked off here, off the internet here, my main line, my telephone line goes as well.
Yeah, the weird thing is the modem is still working. It's still showing as having data coming through, but the connection just will bang. It just kills.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not used to living in these old places, so um,
Oh, who's that?
hang on, who did I hear?
Yeah, I thought the Crystal.
My wife.
Yeah, Ed's wife.
She's
Oh,
actually,
right.
you have to believe this girl. She wrote down, she has a notebook that she always scribbles in. She wrote down a dinner menu. And everything she cooks, she put in there as a dinner menu. So she's
Oh,
asked me, what's my menu for tomorrow?
oh, you're
So,
joking.
and I God, it starts off, let me see. We got pork afrietta, chicken afrietta, fish fillet,
Oh God.
pork adobo, chicken adobo, pork with mushrooms, pork with green pepper, pineapple pork, pineapple chicken, nilalang baboy,
That doesn't sound too bad.
lechon kawawi, grilled pork or grilled chicken, shrimp, sweet and sour, chicken manok, chicken manok, no chicken manok.
I,
What's
I, I I
that?
bet you those
Oh,
two
chicken
Gumbies. I bet you
curry.
have Havoc and Andy are probably still talking in Hangouts.
They probably are, yeah.
Probably are. They probably know you're gone.
They probably don't even fucking know
No,
the
no
old
breakfast. No,
switcheroo.
no lunch. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
what
know.
happens,
That's
Graham,
what
when
me
it
in the morning.
get a bit of rain here and it affects the copper in these old homes and connection goes out?
Heidi.
I I got a picture of one of them, Heidi.
The pinky winky toe actions, yeah.
Fucking hell, I don't know if I have to send those two bloody idiots a message or not, or whether we should.
They probably think you're still on the other show. They're probably still waiting.
Oh yeah, they're probably talking
Still on
and
your
thinking
show.
everyone's listening to them, and
Yeah.
oh no, they'd have noticed. I did put a message in there telling him what was happening. So look, I'm kind of lucky because with Crystal I'll get to eat Mexican food. So
Hi, Crystal. How are
ah,
you?
there she is.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi, Crystal.
Can you guys hear me?
yep.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, babe.
Hey, how you
Hi,
doing?
Terry. Hi, Ed.
Hi,
Hello.
Crystal.
I'm sitting here laughing my head off. Mango is starting to get pretty good walking now, and he's walking. He holds his hands out, to start thinking to keep his balance. He looks like a damn zombie. That
Frankenstein,
oh,
walking
he's
around
a
like
zombie.
Frankenstein.
He looks like a zombie when I'm walking with his hands out, trying to like just because he's not sure of himself yet. So it's his balance point. He holds his hands out and he wobbles. And I call him a damn zombie.
I'm not sure what that means, Heidi, but
You know what a zombie is?
no, no,
No,
no, no. I'm talking about the chat. Um,
Oh,
yeah, she's talking about sexting, Mark.
sorry, Heidi. There's only one girl I message.
No, she's saying if you ever need it and you break contact with Crystal for some reason, she'll always send the messages through her to you for you.
Ah, no worries. I'm not in contact with any other girls, so
No, no, she was only joking.
the only girl I talk to offline is Crystal.
Heidi, are you going to come up? Terry, can you send me the link?
I can send Heidi the link, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, hold
Thank
on.
you.
Hold on a sec.
The boss has spoken, Terry.
Yeah.
And keep your
Where's
hands to
Steve,
yourself,
babe?
please. Keep your hands to yourself, Ed.
my hands are in my pocket. No, really.
Hey, what are they doing in your pocket? Get them out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I'm still waking up.
Thank you, Terry.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, where's Steve?
Him and Andy are probably still talking in bloody Hangouts. I don't even know if they
Yeah.
probably don't even know it's bloody started a new one. It's the blind leading the blind with those two, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell? We got a Indiana redneck with a crazy Aussie. Fuck.
Heidi, I sent you a link on Hangouts, darling.
Oh, goodness. This coffee is so good, babe.
Yeah.
You didn't go and buy another cup of coffee, did you?
Terry, he did. For fuck's sake.
Oh, come on.
Hey, you snitch.
Terry, he's not drinking coffee. He doesn't buy coffee.
They're there in Hangouts. Oh, my God.
They are?
Yeah, this magic just said so, yeah.
Tell them to get in here.
Hang on.
They're not on our hangouts? Just hangouts?
Hang on. I'll send Andy a text message.
Oh, it's all like black magic to Andy as well, isn't it? All this.
The dipshits, they don't know what they're doing.
Oh goodness. Oh, God.
So, what's the weather like in sunny California today, then, Crystal?
Oh, it was beautiful. Yesterday, but it's only 3 in the morning here, so.
3 in the
But it's
morning. Oh,
yeah.
No passport TV. We did not send him a link.
It's nice out there though.
Oh, it's springtime there, babe.
Yeah.
Should be nice. It's going into
springtime.
winter here, so get over here and keep me warm.
Jeez, wait until it hits 100 here during summer. My God.
We had like 115, 117 or something stupid like that one of the
Oh
days.
my God. You can't even breathe when I mean, in that kind of weather, it's hard to breathe outside.
It's not too bad.
Well, for me at least, but yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a wet humidity in Australia or a dry humidity?
In Australia is the driest state, so we very rarely ever get any humidity at all. It's always a dry heat.
Yeah, dry heat.
You might get a bit of humidity in the west sometimes, or particularly on the east coast, the top of New South Wales, Queensland, you'll get a lot of humidity. Where Tony is, you get a bit, but in Adelaide, no, it's always dry heat here.
And
Uh,
Adeline? Sweet
Adelaide,
Adeline, Adeline,
Adelaide.
Adeline.
Jesus, Ed.
Every time I hear you, I think of the song, Sweet Adeline. And that's where you live.
No, that's Sweet Caroline.
No, they got Adeline too. There's an
I only
Adeline.
know. Jesus. Keep him
Don't
under
worry
control,
about
please, Crystal.
it. It's Adeline. I had to ask Crystal, like if she goes to Australia before you go to the States, she's gonna have to learn Aussie. She's got to learn how to speak
Oh,
Aussie.
don't, no, no,
Otherwise
no,
she'll
don't
be
say
lost.
that. She gives me a hard time now for.
Like otherwise, the poor girl's gonna be lost. She's gonna go to Australia and not know anything about how to speak Aussie.
Well,
All I
that's
ever
all,
get.
yeah,
We,
that's
we,
all
we,
right. Yeah, Crystal can get lessons off of Andy.
That's what I'm saying. She's gonna have to.
I know, right?
You're gonna have to take
oh.
them off Andy. A correspondence course with Andy.
I tell you what, Terry, this is what's really embarrassing for these Americans is when they tell an Englishman that he can't speak English.
Oh no, yeah.
That's embarrassing, mate.
Oh no, it
It's
is
not
embarrassing.
embarrassing. They can't. Jesus.
And he said,
Oh,
that's not embarrassing. I can't. What's that supposed to mean? It's can't.
can't, yep.
It's not can't. A
I
can't is
can't.
something a horse does.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you should
See?
hear it. I'll be talking to Crystal, and next minute it's.
Yeah.
What did you say? Say that again.
Yeah.
Hey.
Arriba, arriba, andale, andale.
Andre.
Crystal, please tell them it's can't, isn't it? No, tell them. Say
Yep.
it's can't.
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 it
It's
can't.
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 No, hun.
Yes.
Jesus, babe.
No, she's right. It's Jesus to you, you wankers. Gotta learn how to speak English. Yeah.
Oh my God! Just keep your hands to yourself there, Ed.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Where's my
Come
wife?
over here, Crystal. Come sit closer to me. I've got to keep you away from Ed.
Ed is Ed is a happily married man. He never messes around.
Good for you, mate. Good for you.
I like what I have. If I
Heidi.
messed around, she'd cut it
Hello,
off.
Han. Hello, Ed. Hello, darling.
Hello,
Hello,
Heidi.
Mark.
Hey, hello, darling.
Hey, hi, Heidi.
How
Those
are
How are
two,
you?
you?
those two boneheads are still in Hangouts talking.
Oh my
Unbelievable.
God.
I know.
Someone is.
It
They
was
think you're
only
gonna,
a couple.
they
It was
think
only a
you're
few
gonna go
days
back
ago.
to
He couldn't
jail.
understand Andy. Now they're talking like they're best friends.
I know, right, babe?
I know. A redneck and a crazy Aussie. I have
Yeah.
trouble understanding both of them.
Where's Andy?
He's in Hangouts with Havoc Master. I think
Oh,
I think there's a love affair
Wow,
going on there.
yeah, that's shocking.
They're still stuck in your old live stream, ain't they? Talking.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Pouring coffee love.
we should pull him out there. Come on, Andy.
I
I'll be following him.
I sent a text message to
Will you bring a
Andy.
fan back in here?
Maybe I should send an email to Havoc Master.
Well, turn that
Yeah.
off. Let her roast.
All right, I'll do that, babe.
I don't
Brooklyn,
follow Havoc Master. Wait. I'm gonna go
Brooklyn.
there and tell them, Andy, come here.
Let's have a look here.
Are you drinking coffee, Heidi?
I'm having coffee, love. And you?
Yeah, I just poured myself a cup of coffee right now
Yay. Cheers.
with French vanilla.
French
Yeah.
vanilla, yeah.
Ooh, yummy. Mm.
I'm drinking iced tea.
Crystal.
Yay.
At least you make your own coffee, and you don't have to buy it. You know.
I know.
Hey, hang on.
I tell him all the time, please go get a coffee maker, please.
It's
You
true.
can. Hey, hang on, baby. You're the one that always says, "I'll get me one while you're there."
Hey.
Uh,
He doesn't even need a
Brooklyn,
coffee medicine. Coffee maker. All he has to do is buy a jar of coffee, boil the water.
Yeah.
Damn.
I got
That
that.
too, Ed.
Well, what's so
Jeez,
hard
right?
about boiling water, putting it in a cup, taking a teaspoon, put a teaspoon of coffee in a cup?
Because
What's hard?
there's nothing like fresh beans being grounded and
Oh,
Yeah,
come on, Mark. It's the same. Come on.
yeah, but you
You
Buy
can
a
don't
still,
buy
coffee maker.
coffee. What do you buy?
Mark.
You don't buy coffee.
Mark, you can still
I'm
do that
sorry.
at home, mate.
look,
Mark,
when Crystal gets here, I'll buy her a coffee machine and
Mark, you don't buy coffee. You go there, you buy a cappuccino or something like that.
yeah, I do. I buy cappuccinos. Yes.
Okay, that is not coffee.
Bullshit.
My
Don't start with me, Ed.
Jesus.
And
I
God.
must
are you
admit,
having a
I must.
lot of food?
What? Oh, that.
You're having a lot of food there in Philippines.
No, my wife.
He doesn't eat it all at the same
She's
time,
messing
Heidi.
around. She's messing around with me. She wrote everything that she cooked for me.
Oh,
She wrote the book. And she said, here's your menu. What do you want tomorrow?
Oh,
So I go, where's the breakfast menu? Where's the lunch menu?
there you go, Ed. You got
wow.
what a. She's a good
Good
girl.
for you, Ed. Yeah.
Nah, she's
One
a
of the
sweetie.
things that I'm looking forward to is eating lots of Mexican food because I love Mexican
Mm.
food.
And Crystal, she cooks a lot of Mexican food, right,
Oh yeah.
Marlon? Ooh, there you have, Mark.
Yep. Oh, don't worry. I'll be eating lots of Mexican. About 5'3" of it.
Hey.
Oh my
Honey.
goodness. And he called me a muff diver. Oh. And you
Sorry,
get on
baby.
me,
Yay.
and you get on me for muff diving. Wait.
Oh God.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm just waiting for a private message here to say what the fuck.
I bet, yeah.
That's
I'm
great, Mark.
I'm charging my phone, babe, so I can't see it at the moment.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay.
Holy shit.
Jeez.
You're a lovely couple. I like it. So, Han, you have to prepare a lot of knives for Mark.
No. We all the knives in our house will be blunt and they'll be unbalanced so they can't be thrown.
Okay. We'll see.
We'll see. I like that.
At least
Nah,
I can.
Use a frying pan. You'll get a better shot with a frying pan.
I said that, Terry. I said that. I said I'll be dodging frying pans and plates and
Yeah.
cups.
No, knife is better. Knife is better.
Hey, come on! I've been stabbed once. It's not nice.
Just
Oh,
know,
shoot.
babe. I'll give you a look, babe.
Baby.
Oh, there you go.
I'll give you
Um,
one look, and you'll be like, "Yep."
I know. That's what Havoc Master was teasing Crystal about not waking me up, saying that, oh, Crystal, you're scared to wake him up. Crystal's not scared of me. I'm scared of Crystal.
Hey.
I
Oh,
don't.
nice.
I do not
Good
mess with that
job. Good
girl.
job, honey.
I got
Talking
slashed
about
on my
babe.
arse with a box cutter, Mark.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
No.
I took a
Heidi, I don't know what they're talking about.
knife to the chest, mate.
Did you? Oh, blimey. Not that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. For
Ah, that's
real? For
yeah,
real, Mark?
yeah. It's all good. I only went in a little bit.
Oh my God.
That's all right. I used to have teeth marks in my chest at one time too.
Yeah.
Shoot.
What was
No,
that?
no, that
Ah,
was
you're playing, you're playing like emotional psychology there with Crystalline.
What?
Reverse psychology, reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no. Look,
but you're
I've
not
already
gonna scare her. She's gonna bring
no.
a lot of knives.
I've already told her she can stab me or hit me with the frying pan. It won't matter. I'll take
Oh,
No.
she will hit you with her love.
it.
Yes.
I know,
Uh,
Mark, and you're going to hit her with your rhythm stick, ain't you, mate?
Rhythm stick.
Oh my.
oh my god. How does it go, Crystal? Well, shit.
Well,
Well,
shit.
shit.
Yeah, well, shit.
Oh my god.
Rhythm stick. I like that, darling.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Ed is gone. He got
Ed, yeah,
disconnected.
yeah, he's probably been getting told off by his wife or something.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Actually, he does that all the time. Whenever he leaves, he just
Hmm.
goes. Never says goodbye. He just goes, just disappears.
Oh. Oh, Ed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
it's like one of those superheroes. He makes a big entrance and then disappears without a sound.
Oh,
Jesus. What time is it over there, Terry?
It's well, just coming up to 12:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. So you guys aren't too far off from American time then, really. Well, hang on, no, it'd be early morning
Oh, we
there.
are, yeah, we are. Yeah.
Let me have a look.
We're about, well, it's,
Oh, shit.
it's gone 3 with Crystal, isn't it? 3 in
Yeah,
the morning.
10 past 3.
Yeah.
Crystal, what are you doing? Get back to bed.
Hey. I
Actually,
was
she was.
supposed to wake you up.
I know you were too. You were going to give me a
And
call
I
and wake
fell
me up.
asleep. Yeah.
So I didn't get my hair cut.
Oh, yep.
Oh, well,
Oh, I fell asleep.
that's okay. I'll just get it cut maybe tomorrow or something, see what happens.
This coffee is so good.
I know. I'm enjoying this one too. Although for some reason Ed doesn't think a cappuccino is a coffee, but
Well, he has got a bit of a point, hasn't he? Come on.
no, cappuccino is coffee.
No, it's like soup, isn't it? It's like a sweet
No,
soup.
oh, soup. Man, if there's any chunky bits in this, I would stop drinking it straight away. Oh, shit.
Oh, how do you know? How do you know if the barmaid don't like you, Mark?
The barman, I don't know. Is this a
You,
joke
you,
or?
fi- you, you find a string in his tomato juice.
That is terrible. That is terrible. Terry. Oh God, I'd be looking around to kill somebody. Well, I don't know what's going on. I sent an email to Havoc, sent
Yeah.
a text message to Andy. Those two guys have got a bromance
No.
going on in
Yeah,
Hangouts.
that's it. Yeah, they're having a bromance, and yeah, that's what it is. I think Andy's voice has finally got to him.
Oh God.
He's singing it. Andy's singing to him. That's what it is.
That's scary, Terry.
Oh no.
That's very scary.
I'll tell you what a fucking sport though, Andy. I mean, he's brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, you know, he has fun, and the
Yeah.
problem with it, Andy, he just doesn't get out. He just spends too much time on his own.
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of funny when he was younger, he was a real social butterfly.
Yeah.
But yeah, recent years he's just locked himself away and doesn't really have much to do with anybody. I think I'm probably one of a couple of people that he even has any contact with.
Yeah.
But he's different. He's definitely different. He's not like anyone that I'd normally hang around with, that's for sure.
No.
Like he says, you know, a lot of times we used to play cards every Thursday night, and Andy would say something, and all the guys would be kind of like, "What did he say?" And I'd have to translate. Hell, one night, one of the lads is a fairly big boy too. Got so pissed off with him, mate. He reached over the table. He wanted to fucking kill Andy. I had to get up and like fucking no, you're not going to do that now.
Yeah.
Fucking sit back down. But
Yeah,
fucking, he wanted to fucking break his neck. Because Andy calls himself a pacifist, but he'll argue to the point where he makes people want to. No worries, Heidi. But so I used to have a go at him about it. So he changed it from pacifist to self-preservationist.
Yeah.
But it is funny,
Oh dear.
and he can talk about anything, you know, any
Yeah.
subject. And hey, how you doing, Simple Joys? Oh, this coffee is so good, babe. You're not working today, Terry?
No. I'm trying to get hold of a. Well, I got let down on a contract, and I booked a time slot off and didn't book anything to replace it, if you like. And I'm chasing around for a bit of work now.
Okay.
My customer let me down. Well, she didn't, but she ordered a load of tiles because I've got to tile the inside of a swimming pool.
Yeah, I remember they sent the wrong ones or something, or they didn't have the ones that she wanted.
They're just held up in Spain at the moment. I don't know why, but it's a pain in the arse because it don't do me any favours, you know. But there you go. Shit happens, doesn't it?
It does, man. Because one of the things with my job was you had to keep continually working. You couldn't afford to have too much time off.
Yeah.
And worked every weekend. It gets a bit much after a while.
Yeah. So what car did you use to take the lessons in then? Because it weren't the one you drive now, is it?
No. The black one I got now, the SV8. I only just bought that recently. Before that I had a XR6 and the GT.
Yeah.
But I used to do my lessons in a Mitsubishi Lancer.
Oh right, yeah.
A little
nice.
two-door coupe sort of thing.
Yeah, they're nice little motors, aren't they?
Yeah, it was a good little car. Yeah, it's a shame I lost that. Lost my. She sold my BA on me, my XR6.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
Mark,
I got the GT out of there.
Yeah, have you got the same laws as they got in England, where if you're passing an automatic, you're not allowed to drive a manual? Is it the
Uh,
same over there?
um, on the east coast, yes, but in South Australia, no. Here, you
Oh,
can get your license in an automatic and still drive a manual,
yeah.
which is kind of. I think it's better because it's fine to learn an automatic. It doesn't take you long to pick up a manual anyway.
No, no.
Um,
It's just people without coordination get fucked, doesn't it? Yeah, but to be
but
quite honest.
yeah, but those people will never. They'll stick to automatics anyway. If
Yeah,
people
I
are
know.
not comfortable with a manual, most of the
Yeah,
guys that will go for guys or girls who go for a manual enjoy that driving a manual, so they pick it up
that's
pretty
right. Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
Uh,
I used to like drive. I had an Audi Quattro, and that was automatic, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I do driving manual cars. To tell you the truth.
yeah, look, it depends on the colour. My GT is a 4-speed top loader, and that's fun to drive. Um,
Yeah,
to be honest with you, I got the auto in the SV8 now,
right.
and it would be definitely more fun with the 5.7 litre engine with a
Oh,
6-speed
Christ, yeah,
gearbox.
yeah,
But I don't know, six one half dozen the other. I mean, it
yeah.
doesn't matter too much. Either way, it still uses lots of petrol, the bastard.
Yeah, I bet it does. Yeah, what's he get? 9 lampposts to the gallon, is it?
Oh god, yeah. It's although to be honest with you, the GT is a smaller engine. That's 4.9 litre, and
Yeah.
it's faster than my 5.7 and uses more petrol too. But I'd
Oh,
spent a
right.
bit of money. That's got about $10,000 worth of high performance parts in it.
Oh, right.
So I changed that all to alloy heads, and I had
Yeah.
all the motor blueprinted, and um, had the block decked, and I got flat top pistons in the fucking thing, and
Oh, right. All high compression pistons. Nice.
oh yeah, it's a monster, mate. I had a guy in a 6 litre Commodore try and take me on one night, and I think the poor bastard was crying after I left him for dead.
Yeah. Yeah. You
But
seen them little new LS motors they they're putting in everything now. They're really top spec motors.
LS,
Engines.
the only LS ones I know,
Yeah.
the Chev, like the
Yeah.
LS6, and I'm not sure if
And they're tiny as well for a V8, aren't they?
yeah, they do a big block though. Um,
Yeah.
they do a big block as well. But yeah, everything's so different now because like my the GT's still running on a carby, um,
All right.
whereas
What's that? Ollie Weber or something? Is it?
yeah, it's a Holly 650
Yeah.
uh, double pumper, but it's jetted out
Yeah.
to the max. Um,
Right.
but the 5.7 litre is a fuel injected.
Right. Yeah.
I took Crystal for a drive with me one night. Well, she's on the phone. She said, "Mark, you blow my ears out."
Yes, it's so loud.
Yeah, it was probably why the neighbours have complained to my brother about me taking off all hours of the
Yeah.
night in the thing because I'll go
Oh,
out and get a coffee.
we've got straight for exhaust there, or no catalytic converters or something.
No, it's just got extractors on the thing,
Ah,
and
right.
being a 5.7 litre, she rumbles a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
I mean, to Americans, that's a 350.
Yeah.
But like I said, I,
They
I only I only bought it because it's got the electric sunroof, mate.
Yeah. All right.
You're quiet, babe.
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
you're there.
I'm
That's
drinking my coffee.
I'm
good.
sorry. I'm sorry, Crystal. I think we're boring you to death here with talking about cars.
No, it's good.
Has Terry, hasn't she got the sweetest voice?
She has, yes, yeah, very,
She
very
Oh,
good boy.
she keeps telling me that she hates hearing her voice, but she has got such a sweet voice.
Yeah, it's nearly as sweet as my baby you'd wish.
There you go. Good on you.
how is she, Terry?
Yeah, she's very good at the moment, and she's a bit depressed because of all the work she has to do. But we're trying to sort
Oh,
something out. So
That's the
okay.
problem. Um, those OFW workers, they people take advantage of them so badly.
oh, it's terrible, Mark.
I,
Honestly,
I wish there'd
terrible.
be some, international laws regarding that because um, it's disgusting the hours and the money that they get for doing those hours. It's like slave
Yeah,
labor, really, Terry.
it is slave labour. It is.
Yeah, I think it is.
Hi, Dick Insider.
Dick Insider, get him out of there. Let's bloody time him out. Time
Come
him out, babe.
on. No.
He's a troublemaker. He's a troll.
Now, now.
Well, what can I say? He can't be that bad, I guess. He's north of the I-10 in Louisiana there, so it's only the ones that are south of the I-10 that you have to worry about. What's OFW? Was it overseas foreign workers?
Yeah,
So a lot of the Filipinos will work overseas to send money back home. Simple joys. Especially a lot of the Arab countries, but they take advantage of them. They work them to death, like massive hours, and for pay that just no one would, none of us would work for anyway.
it's like what I keep saying to Maria. Maria's Yudwish's name. I keep saying to her, you know, why do you? And she said, well, there's no work in the Philippines. There's
No,
nothing.
we were arguing
You know.
about this the other day. People were saying this was when was it? A couple streams ago or whatever. People were saying about the education system not being that good in the US, and you're better off in can be just as good in the Philippines. Well, I disagree. I think no third world country has a public education system as good as a first world country. And secondly, if you had a Filipino wife and Filipino children, much better in the US where you've got at least job opportunities, because in the Philippines
Yeah,
there's nothing.
yeah.
You know?
And that I really don't understand, Mark, why these big multinational companies don't invest in the Philippines, because their work ethic is second to none. You know.
I guess it comes down to money. Everything's money, Terry. They'll
Yeah,
invest in a country if they think there's money in it. Like I'll give you an example. At the moment, Thailand is booming, and their
yeah.
infrastructure is great, and they've got a lot of foreign investment. But Thailand has how do I put this? Entertainment areas that are very popular for tourists.
Yeah, I know what you
Uh,
mean. Yeah,
Whereas the Philippines, not so much. I mean, they do have that, but it's not
yeah,
as high profile as Thailand. And
yeah.
I mean, what did I
I've
hear the
been
other
to
day?
Thailand. Yeah, I've been
Vietnam.
to Thailand.
Yeah, well, Vietnam's the same now. A lot of investments going on in Vietnam. So I
Yeah.
expect to see that country start booming as well. Yeah, corruption too, Dick and Cider, but
Mm.
um, I think you got to be careful because bloody China seems to be trying to get their paws on everything at the moment.
Oh yeah, they're buying up half of Africa as well. China.
Yeah, they're buying everything, mate. They won't. They've come to this conclusion that you don't have to go to war to control anything. You just
That's
buy
right.
it.
Yeah, yeah. You just buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Dick and Cider, Vietnam will boom. Definitely agree with that. Oh, Crystal, where have you gone?
Uh, I
Get
went
your.
to a little place. I went to a little place called Phuket.
Yeah, my brother used to own a bar in Phuket.
Ah,
He's
and
been going. Sorry.
yeah, I went about, I suppose, about 6, 8 years ago. And when I was there, it was a lovely, quaint little village. You know, you walk down by the sea, nobody bothered you. But I watched a vlog on the internet the other night because I was interested. It said to walk around Phuket, and it's completely changed.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
It's all these bloody sex clubs and hookers and everything there now.
yeah. Oh, see, Phuket's one of the entertainment areas. Pattaya,
Yeah.
Nana Plaza in Bangkok. But Phuket seems to be very expensive. Say, if you were after that sort of thing, you're better off going to Pattaya where it's a lot cheaper.
Mm.
But Phuket seems to be very expensive. I started off watching a few of the Thai vloggers, and I've still got some Thai vloggers that are friends that I stay in
Yeah.
touch with. And um, but
Who is it? I think it was that Russian bloke. I can't think of his name now.
it starts with an A. Is that the one?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch him too. I know who you're talking about. There used to be a few of them that I watch.
Yeah.
But then I got into the Philippines.
Azteca.
Yeah,
Azteca was it? Yeah.
yeah, that's the one. And then I got into the Philippines, and two different countries. I mean,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
hang on, someone just came back. Who was that?
Me, babe.
Ah,
Oh, welcome back.
Sneak Attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
You haven't got a frying pan in your hand, have you, baby?
No, but
No.
that's exactly what you want. Exactly what you want in the middle of the night, isn't it? A sneak attack, Mark.
Oh, well, yeah, we have talked about that, haven't we,
Babe.
Crystal?
Babe.
Okay, I'll behave. Soon as she knew straight away. I'm like, oops.
Yep.
Oh my god. I love it when she talks to me in Spanish. It's like I don't have an idea what she's saying, but it just sounds good.
Yeah.
Yep.
even if she's abusing me in Spanish, it still sounds good.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
He likes it, Terry. Don't let him fool you.
Oh no, I bet you
Hey, hang on.
See, I know all your secrets, Mark.
Oh God, yeah. And then she goes around and tells everyone that I sing, and I don't sing.
Babe,
You've
do
got
you
a
really
brilliant,
want to go there?
you got a brilliant voice. She told
No.
me. She said she fell in love with you all over again when
Oh
you sang
God,
to her.
I don't
True.
sing. I can't sing.
Okay.
This is that was so embarrassing.
See? He admitted. He sang.
That's it. You've been sassed now, mate.
Jeez, babe, what are you doing?
Hey.
Oh my God. All these secrets are coming out now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell's happening to bloody Andy and Havoc? The hell? The bromance is bloody. It's really
Yeah.
fired up, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
I
I
think
even
they've
named.
gone out for a coffee together now.
Ah, there we go. Look, speak of the devil.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's get Mr. 99 Problems up here.
Gooey secrets.
Only Andy.
Oh dear.
Where am I? There I am. Am I here?
Yeah, you're there.
All right.
Andy.
Howdy, Crystal. Crystal. We were talking, and Crystal backed me up because I told her this. We just got
When
onto
in
a
her face.
conversation of, what I say, a mixed up conversation as always. AC/DC songs and gunslingers. And Western movies, I should say. That's what we've been talking about.
Yeah,
Fuck.
come on, Mark. Come on, we know.
Jesus. Jesus.
I know he was recommending some. He reckons I should do some AC/DC songs on karaoke.
Yeah, you should do. Add it to your 69 list, mate.
60. It's our 60. It's on the list.
69
Yeah.
list.
Not 59.
Terry. You really need to get together with You'd Wish, mate.
Yeah, I know I do. Yeah, tell me about it.
I mean, I'm on to Crystal just
G'day,
about
it's the
every
Paul.
day. I think she gets sick of it.
What else we got
Yeah.
But to be fair, I mean,
here?
we still got to sort of let her parents know about things. So
Yeah. No, the only time me and Udwish don't talk is when she's at work, and they ban them from having phones. You know. So
holy shit,
yeah,
Fun.
Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said,
They can only use them lunch breaks, and they're short tea breaks, and that they can only use them.
You know what? Employers are like, no matter where they are, they're all the fucking same.
no, not. I think the OFWs, mate, they take advantage of them, Andy.
Yeah, but employers usually try to take advantage of their employees in some way or another.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, to be quite honest with you, Andy, when I had a few people working for me back in England, I didn't like them on the phone all the time because they should be working really.
Yeah. Oh no. Look, I get that. I mean, hell, you wouldn't be bothered by me and fucking mobile phones. So most of the time, I fucking leave the kind of name. I hate the fucking name. I hate it. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, it's a balance. It's always a balance. I mean, most of the employees that I've worked for, have been, usually fairly large and fucking, so, they're a bit different. You know what I mean? If you're the larger you are, the more corporate that you are, the more of a bastard you are. You know what I mean? Where
You're just
small business owners, you can't blame them.
You're just a number.
Yeah. You know what I mean? My dad, when I first joined the railways, he said, take the overtime and won't be there forever. Well, I swear I worked overtime every single fucking week that I was in that fucking job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they would ring up and go, oh, Andy, where'd you help? Can you come in? Man, can you come in? Yep, no worries. And if you said, I might have come in 20 times in a fucking row. As soon as you said no, they were like, oh, you fucking letting us down, you can't fucking pass and blah, blah, blah. You're like, fuck, fucking wanker. What the fuck? I've been there for the last 25 out of 30 days, and you cunts are still talking. You know what I mean? That's just fucking, that's just idiotic. And I've had a lot of employers like that. Hell, I was sick relief at my last job, and there was a place that had a certain area which was fucking really full on, really fucking, really physically nutty fucking people. Anyhow, they would ring me up and go, "Ah, suck it, Andy, you're off to fucking Kikali, man. Ha ha ha." You know what I mean? That's what and that'd be the rosterman. I mean, that was okay. It didn't bother me at all. The only time it bothered me was when they bring me up and I wasn't working. Right. That didn't really piss me off. I'd be like, I'm not even fucking working, so ha ha. You know, on holidays or something, you dumb cunts. You're the roster people, you can know that.
Tell us how you really feel, Andy.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Don't pussyfoot around, Andy.
No, I can't. I will not fucking go down that path.
Andy, what do you do for a living, or what did you do, or I don't know if you're still working or not.
What do I do for a living? I have fun. Doesn't make much of a living though. No, I've had lots of jobs, man.
All right.
I worked in the railways. I worked in the railways for 14 years, and I worked in fucking. That was the federal government, and I worked for the state government, which was Disability SA, for about 12, 13 years, maybe, fucking. And then lots of other shitty little jobs that I don't really want to remember some of them. But I did tell one of them, I can remember telling one to take his job and shove it up his ass. It probably wasn't shoved up my ass, I guess, when he sacked me. That wasn't really a problem because they were fucking evil fuckers, man. But they were they called themselves car park. They called themselves care park. I mean, fuck. They were just fucking, fucking horrible. All these rules where basically if you park your car there, good luck. Anything happens, not our fucking fault. Not our fault at all. Your fault for coming and wanting to pay us to fucking park at our car park. Yeah, they don't teach you. That's what their fucking rules are like. I'm like, fucking, you got to be kidding me. So I was kind of glad to get out of there. Again, but that was now I'm just freelance, man. I'm just fucking. I'm the next YouTube millionaire, man. Oh, no, I'm not. I couldn't really fuck really.
Yeah, Crystal, what have you done?
What am I going to do with myself? What are we going to do? Find something to do, I guess. Want somewhere to put up all my crap. Oh, fuck that.
Jesus, Terry.
Terry! I fucking want you know what? I want to make some bucks so I can come and visit Terry. I'm going to go and visit Terry in France.
You should.
And the family that were in Brittany. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey?
Oh, God.
Oh, fucking. I looked it up. The old man sent me a fucking thing on email. You can look into it later. Kind of good. It gives him something to fucking do, I guess. Apart from fucking spiders on a chair. So it was things like he does to me. Fucking where'd that other cunt go? He fucking. He was coming. Yeah, we're going right now. I said about half an hour, like, we got to get going over to that other channel. We thought, yeah, no, mate, let me talk about this fire. And we start talking about that. And then we're like, well, I said, eventually he's like, come on, we better go over there. I'm like, all right, no, then see you later. See you over there. Well, I said, now I'm thinking, where the fuck is he?
Maybe Shirley stabbed him.
He's a likeable character, anyhow. I like, you know.
Havoc, yeah, Havoc's. I tell you what, I used to go on his live streams, mate, with his wife, Shirley. She's a Filipina, and it was so funny, man. Like, me and another guy, Junior, would be like giving him a hard time, and we would tell Havoc, you know, like me and Junior want $100 each for Christmas, you know, and so we'd tell his wife, Shirley, and Shirley would be going, yeah, and Havoc's going, no, that's not gonna fucking happen. But one day, me and Junior in there, and we're saying, Havoc, put Shirley on. We want to talk to Shirley. And so he calls out to Shirley, and all we heard, no bullshit, and this was loud, so loud and clear. All we heard was, I'm having a shit. But I had tears in my eyes, and and the worst thing, Havoc's like, did you hear that? She's having a shit. It's like, fuck. But she is so funny. They're nice couple. Always good fun, anyway. Havoc's a good laugh.
A good laugh. Yeah, he's a fucking nice guy. I enjoy my conversation with him, man. Hell, if you guys had any say fucking pussy, we'd still be talking.
Pushy, I sent you one text. I sent him one email.
And then when we got the enforcer came as well. You know, I was like, you know, where is she? Thy holy one. Hey there.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking.
An Aussie visiting a Brit in France sounds like a party to me.
Wait, what? Just time for when the Australians come over to play rugby union against somebody over there. Don't the French and the British play that? Yeah,
French. Yeah, big on rugby.
Oh, Christ, yeah. Very, very big on rugby.
You just had to time it right. So it's really a party, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even get into that stuff, but well, they're Australian, I'm Australian, and we're in France, so fucking what the fuck? You know, it is not happy to support Australians. I'm actually supporting channels on here just because they're Australian.
That doesn't bother me as much. I don't care if it's English, American, whatever. It's just if I enjoy the channel, I'll go there.
No, but I'm saying I have actually just gone off. If you're Australian, what the fuck, we subscribe to this. Give me a little hand.
Yeah, Australians are pretty laid back for the most part. More laid back than a lot of people, but there's just as many wankers over here as there is overseas, mate.
Wankers? Come on, man. I told you. We should just do the rule order of wankers. $2 a year, we'll be billionaires before we fucking know it. $2 a year membership, or it'll be more even. We'll be like everyone else. $50 a year, hang on, nice your number. What the fuck? $100 a year, we'll be billionaires before we fucking know it.
Jeez, man, you have a cult religion going before you know it. You'll be laying your hands on people and healing them, mate.
Hey,
A cult religion? You mean something else beginning with C in Andy's case?
Yeah.
hey, look,
Oh, how you doing, Jerry?
I at least would be fucking, I don't know, you know what I mean? You do worse than have a fucking religion from me, anyhow. You know, basically, it would be, you, honestly, you do, I mean, you do not have to pray fucking 5 times a day. It's fucking that simple. Or whatever amount of times these people do.
Well, hang on. You. I mean,
Right,
I'm not religious, Andy, but at the end of the day, whether you can pray 20 times a day or once or none, it doesn't matter, I guess.
nah,
To each their own, mate.
nah.
Horses
It's
for
like,
courses, Andy. Horses
I know,
for
but
courses, mate.
nah, it's a big picture, and that is regardless of whether God created us or whether this is one fucking random fucking occurrence. A lot of effort's been fucking made by either the universe, God, or chance. And we should be doing more with our time. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Oh, fucking, thanks for reminding me there, Philippine. I've got a fucking coffee right here in front of me. I want to have a bit of a sip.
No, look, I just believe to each their own.
See what Simple George has just wrote up.
You probably should pray more than once a day, Andy. Forgive me.
No, I just don't even believe any. I don't believe any of that. See, it's simple. I mean, do I believe in this? Do I believe in? Well, believe. Yeah, believe's a fucking funny word. I'm not sure I'm concluding believe. Do I think there's a God? Yeah, more than likely. Fucking, but believe. I don't believe in anything really. As a rule. Well, try not to.
No, well, for me, God is an excuse for blaming somebody else on your own actions, if you like.
Well, sinning. That's the part.
I thought religion was created to control people.
Oh yes, it's a control mechanism. Yeah, throughout the world, different cultures. It's all control. Yeah.
We just had to believe that's too fucking easy. You know what I mean? But they always put you through all these. You got to jump through hoops to fucking get what they want you for. You know what I mean? Realistically, if it was simple, we wouldn't need them. And see, that's the part that they want to get rid of. Them.
It always bothered me.
Mark, don't make them excuses. You're going to go off and sext.
No. I want Crystal to jump on the panel because I've got to go feed Jazz and.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'll take control. Oh, hang on.
That's the worry. That's what I'm worried about.
I'll try to take control. I'm not sure about that. I'm not really don't like controlling shit. Well, kind of. Unless it depends where I am. In the background. Yeah, in the background. I like to control things in the background. What I say? Yeah, off you go, Terry. You're in charge.
Yeah, off you go.
Shared responsibility. Shared responsibility.
Yeah,
that's right. The fucking
that's an oxymoron as regards Andy responsibility.
You fucking do know me, don't you? Fucking hell. That's been my fucking journey all along. And the worst part is fucking you just can't escape it. I mean, responsibility. I'm always trying to escape responsibility, and there's no escaping it. You always got to be responsible for something. See, even if it's just the doggo here, I'm gonna fucking, you know what I mean? Without me, the doggo's fucked. You know, doggo. Yeah.
Oh, mate,
fucked up for being with me, but you know.
You don't know what fuck, mate. I'll be talking to Crystal on the phone, and Jazz will do something to annoy me. I tell her off, and next minute, all I'm copping is that from Crystal telling me to leave Jazz alone. It's like,
well, you know what they're like. I mean, okay, they are. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm not misogynistic at all. Wonderful other half of the fucking human race. Wonderful.
all right, I gotta go. You guys have got the show. I gotta go feed the dog. Crystal, get up here and control them.
Yeah.
Between Terry and Andy, who knows what will happen, babe? Just get up here. All right, I'll be back in about 5, guys.
I'm obviously fearful of women, Crystal. you're not obvious. You know, I'm married, never been married. Well, like I said, close once. Never really want to be married. So yeah, I'm scared of you women. So yeah, you should come up and control us. You got a whip?
So you was close to getting married, was you, Andy? Once?
Oh, look, see, I told this story before, and it is a laugh. Bloody pommy cunt he was. I asked this girl. She was born in South Africa, actually. No, she's born in not South Africa, fucking over there in Africa somewhere. To English parents who were upper middle class and had servants and shit. And I thought I'd do the right thing and ask for her hand in marriage.
Yeah.
They told me, basically, they didn't tell me to fuck off, but basically that was what they told me to do. They told me that, they would have preferred a doctor or a fucking lawyer or something like that. See, a plain old shunter was not good enough for them. And that, you know what I mean? So that kind of fucking, but they were a bit fucking, you know what I mean? They weren't great fans of me.
Put up themselves, was they?
Yeah, they were all about themselves. Fucking, they ended up moving to fucking Queensland, I think. They fucking ended up moving because they didn't like the weather in Adelaide, which is really weird because, you know, this is kind of English weather. You know, well, it's probably not as wet as you guys, but fucking, you know, you know, we had a few, like I said, I know our history pretty well. I know South Australian history pretty well, fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we had Colonel Light. He was a dude that fucking, he was a Mauritian, I reckon, in English or something. And he came over and fucking designed the whole place, properly designed it all. You know what I mean? Fucking properly. And it's like that now. Everywhere it's fucking, even now in the 21st century, I'd say that nowhere would be, in the metropolitan area, nowhere would be more than an hour away. It wouldn't be anywhere. You know what I mean? It's just fucking, you know, it's been set up really well, fucking, and fucking, you know, so I really got into it. Well, I like history, fucking, as a rule. But anything, pretty well, history of anything. You know? Anything at all. Absolutely anything. So there you go, fucking, sorry. Let's talk about something else. I'm babbling like a lunatic. Come on.
No, you're all right, mate. I'm interested.
All right, fucking. Hell, I'm not usually fucking used to keeping people interested in anything I've got to say. I said I'm normally just talking to myself. So I just listen. You know, fucking, the only cunt that looks at me is fucking the dog.
I like to hear different people's opinions about stuff, and you know.
Yeah, fucking.
Because Andy, if you don't listen, you never learn, do you?
Oh no, if you think you know everything, you don't fucking learn.
Oh yeah. Nobody knows everything, mate. Nobody knows everything.
Yeah, no, fucking. And yeah, well, see, I'm probably, like I said, my parents are fucking. On my father's side, it's French. I think I said red French.
Oh, right, yeah.
French Cornish, I think. My grandma her name was Guignon, so that was French, fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, he sent me, after I spoke to you, I know he sent me an email, so I had to look at it, and fucking, it was things like fucking, you know, after, in certain periods they moved along, so they kind of went from Brittany to fucking Guernsey to fucking, to England, you know what I mean? Fucking, Guernsey, but it's over a few hundred years, it wasn't fucking, but,
no.
I think you told me we got a fucking mold in there somewhere, but I'm fucked if I know. I mean, I don't really give a fuck about those things, but fucking, I was more impressed with back in the day with, on my mum's side, they actually did a fucking thing back in the day, back in, say, it was my great grandpa, his religion was basically fucking really weird. They didn't have churches, and they didn't believe in TVs, telephones, all kinds of fucking shit. He didn't have running water, he had nothing. He was a crazy man. He ended up living with us because I remember my old man telling him to fucking, that he was living, my grandpa was like 96, he's like, you're living in my house now, there, Gordon, James, and you're going to fucking, we know breaking the TV, and no breaking. He's like, yeah, no worries. You know what I mean? But he was a weird dude. But his side, I was more proud of his side on that, now this is a fucking real weird contradiction. One half is fucking, an English policeman who came over, and the other half was an Irish fucking convict. but and there's a but to that. And I was proud of him, the Irish convict, because he came over because he broke machinery during the Industrial Revolution. So, you know, he's a rebel. So,
All right.
see, I'm
Yeah,
probably
he's a bit of a rebel, yeah.
reincarnation. Because I've always seen
Yeah.
myself as the eternal rebel. You know, basically,
Right.
I question everything. You know, and I don't agree with all the laws. And, you know, when I obey the laws most of the time, but you know, but I've been considered a criminal for, well, no, considering a son that's great and like God gave us and grows in the fucking ground. It's not fucking right. I'll tell you, not right at all. You know, let's which side Andy takes after. Which side of what? Oh, there are no sides, buddy. There's our side, I guess. You know, because we're all on the same fucking side. That's all us people, you know. Well, I don't mean offence by this, us commoners.
No, he was what he was saying is you said one of your ancestors was a copper and the other one was a convict.
Oh,
So
and
he
he's,
said,
which side am I taking after? I'm
Yeah.
after the convict. That's obvious, isn't it?
yeah.
You know, I mean, I wish I'd been a policeman. I actually do wish I'd been a policeman because I fucking, you know, I fucking think I might have enjoyed it. But then you know, I think about those things. I always think to myself, would I be the same person that I am? You know what I mean? If I'd been, you know, I mean, I was in the roads. It was a fucking, oh my god, what a fucking job! What a laugh! It was like fucking, no crap. Some days I'd fucking, I used to act in a few positions. I was acting staff clerk and fucking, I'd have the fucking supply book. And I'd drive around with a couple of dudes fucking riding shotgun and stuff. We drive, I felt like Sergeant fucking Bilko. Ordering on the railway. It was in this death throes. It was fucking, we had just a fucking ball all the time.
Yeah.
At the end, they were gonna knock this building down, right?
Right.
And the next thing, they were gonna knock this building down the state. And fucking, anyway, so what happened? The salvager rocked up to fucking knock down this fucking building. And there's nothing fucking left in the building. Every cunt's taken everything. Every fucking thing. They took fucking wire out of the walls, the fucking switches, everything. And the railways, you see, these typical railways, you know, they're going to make us all redundant sooner or later. Don't sack them all. No, that'd be too simple. If you put it all back, nothing will be said. Well, it all went back. Every single fucking job of it. You know what I mean? But that's, you know, I loved fucking, oh my god, I just love the railways. It was just characters everywhere. Fucking just about everyone's a character. Fucking, and they all knew me, of course. They used to call me Smiley, actually. I'm not sure they'd be calling me Smiley these days. Fucking, but you know, again, what's this Eureka Stockade? And some boys, no, Dickens order Eureka Stockade. Well, it is the Southern Cross. But it's from the Eureka Stockade. It's the flag that they put up when they were, you know, holding off the fucking coppers. So yeah, and who was it? Who was it? The simple. I will always lean towards the outlaw. What do I say? Can't help it. Especially when the policeman works for the fucking government. You know? It's not like fucking or anything. Fucking, that's one of those things. I mean, you know, I mean, if there's a protest, you know, who's there? The police there. No, they shouldn't be there. They're not there to fucking do that. You know what I mean? They should be out there doing their fucking jobs. They shouldn't be, you know, defending against protesters. You know, fucking. But that's yeah, that's how the system is. I mean, you know, we've just passed laws where if I offend the government by satirising them in certain ways, they can put me in jail. You know, that's just, you know what I mean? We elected you people to represent us, not to fucking fuck us all over. That's what it seems like. They're all fucking us over. All of them. I mean, and in different ways. I mean, all right, we got healthcare. Some other countries don't have as good healthcare as we do. But, you know, everyone's got their fucking cross to bear, it would appear.
Yeah.
Fucking, I mean, like I said here, fucking, as far as I'm concerned, the Australian government doesn't represent me at all in any way whatsoever. Because, you know, they don't ask, hey, Andy, should we put some more fucking people on Nauru? Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like a very good idea at all, you evil motherfuckers. But no, they're not going to give a fuck what I think. about anything. You know what I mean? I'm basically every few years I'm allowed to vote for a whole heap of people where basically two parties get in all the time. You know,
Yeah.
and they're just both useless. Absolutely, you know what I mean? Useless. You know what I mean? You can. I mean this. I mean the governments seem to be better years ago. You know what I mean? They were more about the people than now. Now they just seem to be. It's all about
No,
money.
it's all money. It's all corporate stuff now, Andy. It's nothing to do with the people anymore. It's
Yeah,
all
no.
corporate.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what probably freaking. You know what I mean? So basically, after my last job, I basically dropped out. Actually, I kind of fucking went, oh, fuck, I had enough of this shit. I said, my preferred planet is I'm an alien from some other planet. I'm not sure which one, but and we don't have to go there. Just think of me as an alien, and you'll be pretty close. Yeah, because you know, fucking I look around and fucking people look, you know, people worry about crap and fucking. You know, fucking when I got me fucking had my fucking foot operated on, fucking I had to go down to the RDNS and get it fucking the bandage changed every 2 days, and fucking that was one of those things that I actually fucking noticed that every fucking bus stop I went past, every cunt was looking at their fucking phone. You know what I mean? It's like fuck. You know what I mean? Hell, why? Fucking why would you worry? You know what I mean? And people get anxiety because their phone doesn't ring. Fuck, my phone, the only time, well, Mark's been messaging me a bit lately, so I'm getting a few messages, but honestly, last year I probably got, it wouldn't have been too many. It wouldn't have been too many calls.
Hey,
you know,
what happened? I asked for Crystal to come up and we end up with Havoc? That's a fucking bad deal right there.
Nah, yeah.
Don't knock it till you try it. Don't knock it till you try it.
Holy shit. Jesus.
No, I'm sitting there talking to Andy. I'm sitting there talking to him and trying to say, where's Thunder at? And I realize I muted myself.
Holy shit.
But me and Andy had a good half hour, 40-minute conversation after you close that stream, or you went dead wheel. He's a good dude, man.
We thought Andy was singing you lullabies, mate. That's what
No. He I think Andy is going to surprise you here pretty soon.
Yeah.
If he hasn't told you already,
every fucking moment he fucking opens his mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
He's already let the cat out of the bag, Steve.
I told him that. I told him about that you recommend to try AC/DC songs, and I'm going to try some AC/DC songs.
Jeez, the blossoming bromance.
I actually think that if he lets loose, I think he will sound just like
Bon Scott.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he will. Or pretty goddamn close.
That'd be pretty nice if I can sound like him. The Holy One.
Do you know he's not the original singer though, Andy?
Well, he's the one I know.
Yeah,
well, no, I know, but they both sounded pretty close to the same. Thunder.
Bon Scott was the second singer for AC. Thanks, babe. There was another singer before Bon Scott, actually.
But none of us know who the fuck he is, do you? Apart from you, Moses, possibly. Do you know who he is?
Evans, I think it was that the Deep Purple one. Same with Deep Purple. Ian Gillan wasn't the original singer of Deep Purple either. No, there was a guy. They had a song.
Talk about that because it's funny. You can look up a band, and it's funny. They'll go, "Oh, look at the previous band members," and you give them a couple of flicks. And it's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe how many people were in this fucking band."
Deep Purple isn't that the ones that wrote "Smoke on the Water"?
Yeah. Yep.
That they were pretty well much done there as far as the United States was concerned.
Well, that was really the Smoke on the Water was the riff that really conquered America. That's how they got big
Yeah,
over there.
it devastated America, but it was a one-hit wonder. That band
No,
was a
no,
one-hit wonder.
bullshit. No, bullshit.
Okay,
What
all
about
right, all right.
my woman?
I'm not gonna fight with you. I'm not gonna fight with you.
My Woman from Tokyo, Highway Star, Child in Time,
Oh,
Burn.
Don't have a clue as to what any of that is. I've listened to that whole album, and here's what I got from that album. Dun, 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 dun. Smoke on the water, and it all ended right there.
That's actually not many people know. Machine Head was one of the few albums that was ever recorded in quadraphonic.
Steve don't get out much.
No,
I didn't even know he was in here. Steve, what was 569? Is that what you're talking about?
hang on, I gotta go bring the dog in. She should be finished eating by now.
What, your neighbor?
yeah.
Sure. No, but that's all I remember from Smoke on the or Deep Purple was Smoke on the Water.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really into him. I didn't get. I got into fucking what's his name? Oh, he's in the band, and he started another band, fucking with his gorgeous fucking girlfriend, and fucking Richie Blackmore, fucking, and his gorgeous girlfriend, and yeah, that's not a bad fucking. I didn't mind that, but it's a bit lighter, bit fucking, you know. It's funny, you know what I mean? You can listen to a band a bit heavy and you find that you don't, you know, I've said personally, they don't fucking feel that much for me, but then you listen to someone else that's fucking heavy, and even similar heavy, and it's fucking, yeah, it's a whole different thing, you know? Fucking.
I don't know. It's just and I distinctly remember seeing this on I distinctly remember seeing this on MTV back in the fucking 80s.
MTV.
One hit wonders. They did a series on one hit wonders, and Deep Purple was one of them.
No,
Some
bullshit.
people pay me the money from one in one.
No, I'm just telling you what I've seen and what I feel. You don't have to get mad at me. Damn. God, come over. Come. Surely get a knife. Thunder wants you to stab me.
No, that's not Let's do that one, baby. Let's do that one. No violence. No violence.
What
Well,
did you say a few minutes ago?
Huh?
Pick up that.
What?
Pick up that one for a minute.
What?
What did you say a minute ago? I'm not gonna get in the airplane. You mean what you said?
I don't know what you're talking about, the airplane. That's all you talk about anymore. You're going there next month. You're getting on an airplane. Fuck, I don't know. Everything. What's this say about the airplane? It says it's going to fucking crash right over the Sea of Japan.
Yes, it's wishful thinking on your part, Steve.
And I got a life insurance policy out of it. You will be buried at sea.
Please like that, my husband.
Holy shit. I mean, when you look at that late 60s, early 70s period, three bands dominated really: Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Black Sabbath. You know, they were that.
No.
metal.
No. Go say rephrase that again. Say that again. Say it over
No,
again.
I'm not putting the Rolling Stones in there. The Rolling Stones have always been around, but that period it really was Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, and Deep Purple.
The only thing is, I wasn't actually listening to it at that fucking time. I mean, I was listening to it later, so you know what I mean. So it really doesn't fucking mean much to me on those grounds. You know what I mean? I think I was listening to Susie Quattro back in the 70s.
Yeah, Quattro, yeah.
And the old man listened to lots of Neil Diamond. So I listened to lots of Neil Diamond. I mean, I like Neil Diamond, actually.
No, I didn't, Dick Insider. I was listening to the Rolling Stones.
That's what happens.
Look, the Stones, like I said, the very early Rolling Stones was the best. I mean, I still, one of my favourite songs of all time have to be "Sympathy for the Devil."
Yeah.
But stuff
Yeah,
like
top
Little
that. Top
Little Red
that. Anybody top that.
Stairway to Heaven, Black Dog,
Uh,
Rock and
Led
Roll,
Zeppelin, yeah. Yeah, try to top that. And
Beatles.
as far as Led Zeppelin goes, here's the way I feel
I'm
about it.
talking metal though, Graham.
As far as Led Zeppelin goes, they could have just put Stairway to Heaven out as a single and just went away as far as I was concerned. I can't
You got to
listen to
be,
it yet.
you got to be.
No,
Led Zeppelin
not
4 is a
not joking.
classic.
Huh?
Led Zeppelin 4 is a classic, mate. The whole album is just full of brilliant songs.
Mark, you got to understand, mate, that these Americans can't understand English, so they don't know what the songs are about.
No, what they don't understand is that 60s and early 70s, the British ruled the airwaves, mate.
Guess what I found? Karaoke, Puff the Magic fucking Dragon.
Oh, brilliant!
You're not supposed to sing that one, Andy.
I know, but I just got a special spot for dragons.
Hey, baby, get back on the panel. What are you doing?
Well,
Come up here, help me.
Well, see, it's really simple to understand if you can understand that I'm a dragon.
Huh? What'd you say?
Mandarin message me.
I don't know if she messaged you. She doesn't message me if she messaged you. Hey, Steve, I messaged you. I don't
messaged
fucking
Shirley.
know.
I messaged Shirley. I said, stab him.
Stab him.
She wants to know if Dave's girl sent an email to her, and if I knew about it. How in the fuck would I know about it?
Yeah, mate, you don't even know nothing about music.
You asking me yesterday if she's basically.
Oh God. I'll tell you what, my brain is rocked. Between talking to Aussies and a Filipino that I've been married to, I mean, there's just no fucking cure. You know? Where do I get relief? I gotta call. Hey, call Jeff up and see if he'll come over and consult me for a little bit.
Come to work, please. I want to go, please. And then excuse.
Yeah, Jerry, stab him.
Aussies, you got it. That's what we are. That's how it sounds from an American's perspective. Aussies.
Here's my favorite part about Thunder's show. I gotta go piss.
Go have a shit, will you? Yeah, again, Graham, that's what I'm saying. That 60s, 70s, especially early 70s and 60s, the English were rocking the airwaves, mate.
Kinks, baby.
The Kinks as well, yeah.
And
if people talk about, and I've seen this in Rolling Stones magazine, when they talk about the two greatest rock drummers of all time, it's usually number one is John Bonham, and then Keith Moon from The Who.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they drew all their music from American blues, but that 60s, 70s period, they dominated music, really. I mean, and like I think it was Graham said earlier, the Beatles as well. I mean, the Beatles changed everything for everyone, but that metal period, as far as metal went, it really was Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, and Black Sabbath. To me, they were the dominating forces in the early metal days. And to this day, there's still probably no cleaner player of the guitar than Richie Blackmore. I mean, I love Jimmy Page, but I tell you what, I would put Blackmore against Page any day.
Wow.
No, really.
Taking me all the way every time.
Yeah, what really pisses me off, Mark, is the way that the industry stole all the music from the black people, you know.
Well, they didn't steal it; they derived their music from them. The blues, blues is what is.
They got them. They was writing it, they was singing it, and they got nothing for it. You know?
Yeah, no, they did things like that with fucking states and shit as well. Didn't they get fucking New
They
York
did it
for
with the bands.
New
All the
York
music,
fucking bracelets and shit.
all the bands got ripped off in those early days. So
That's
Terry,
right.
to be fair,
All those bands got ripped by their fucking managers.
that's why Led Zeppelin created their. That's why Led Zeppelin created Swan Song, their own record label, because they were getting ripped off. And
That's it.
but they, I mean, John Fogerty was a perfect example where he couldn't, for a long time, couldn't sing his own songs because he didn't have the rights to any of them.
Oh, that's just fucking that's scary shit. Remember that fucking? What was that fucking song I was just thinking about? It popped in my head. Fucking now it's popped out again. Fuck, I hate that. Sorry about that.
Crystal, get up! Don't do that, Jazz.
Come on, Crystal. I need inspiration. And a soft female voice might be just what I require.
Well, she only just sits up here and looks good, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, well, that's right.
There was a lot Dick and Cider. That's just how it was. But you know, those bands, the early days, the record companies ripped them all off. Their managers even were ripping them off.
This is pretty brilliant. Okay. So actually, they've got on Netflix. I haven't got. I'm going to watch. I'm going to run and watch it yet. Fucking The Dirt, which is fucking on Motley Crue.
All right,
So that fucking looks pretty
Jazz,
interesting.
sit down.
Fucking, you know that.
I'm going to sell you to a fucking Chinese restaurant, Jazz.
Oh, come on, no. No, bring it here. You can't have that. Fuck me, lately, I've been fucking every person's house I go, there's got a dog. It's like, oh no, I want to take this fucking dog home. Imagine that. No, I'm not that crazy cat lady. I'm that crazy dog man.
Yeah, look, I don't have a dog anymore. Bloody Crystal's already claimed her, so now I've got 2 bloody American girls to worry about.
So that's going to be in the prenup.
No prenup.
Crystal. That's it. I'm going back to America, and you fuckers better let my dog in. I can imagine it. I'm just being silly again. Just in case you missed it, I'm just being silly. I'd hate to
Did you just say did Andy? Did you just say you got a dog and a midget?
Yeah, well, I possibly could have said that, and someone might have heard that. I don't know. You obviously heard that.
Yeah. I got you down. I got you down.
You know, things. It's all about what. It's not about what I say, is it? It's about what you perceive. It's the same old thing. That's what happens with everything, basically. You know, you say something, and every single fucking one of us, perceives it differently. What you said, what your intent was, anything, everything. So that's what we always need to remember.
I don't know if you know Dick and Cider. Lemmy used to be in a band called Hawkwind. In fact, he wrote and sang their only hit, and they got rid of him after that because they didn't want to be a commercial band and they didn't want to have a hit, so they got rid of him.
I think I've got one album of Hawkwind.
What was it called? It was called, I got a Hawkwind and a couple of Hawkwind albums. Silver Machine was the song. It made the charts, and they hated it. They wanted to stay non-commercial, and
Don't love Hawkwind.
they were out there.
So Motorhead was a band.
Yeah,
Motorhead,
yeah.
Motorhead.
Their biggest song probably was Ace of Spades.
Motorhead.
Motorhead.
You haven't heard of Motorhead? Fuck. But I can't understand when we hear some American bands. You guys have got a big enough fucking industry that those cunts never have to leave America. But
Okay. I see what you said there. I didn't.
Motorhead.
Okay. Gotcha. I heard them.
Don't know who they are. Fucking hell.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thanks, baby.
What's going on?
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, well, that must have been a message because I don't see no fucking sneaky. I don't see nothing here, no code words or nothing.
No, she sent a sneaky message there.
The greatest rock and roll band in the world. It's not the Rolling Stones. Can you guess who it is?
The greatest rock and roll band. Fuck,
The Rolling
that's,
Stones
that's,
claim
that's,
the
that's
Rolling.
subjective.
No, no, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. The
You will
greatest
be.
rock and roll, the greatest rock and roll band in the world was supposed to be the Rolling Stones. That's their claim to fame. That's not true. But there is a band. Huh? I'm talking to Thunder. Shirley
Hi,
says hi, Thunder.
hi, Shirley. Stab
He
Steve.
said hi back. He said to stab me with a knife.
Yeah, you'd be happy because, you could have said a fucking spoon. That might have been a bit more painful.
Gee, I'd be worried if you see Shirley start fucking sharpening up the spoons, mate.
So do you guys know who the band is or not?
The Beatles. The Beatles would probably be the number one.
Stab me, Shirley. Stab me.
The Beatles changed everything, mate.
Yeah, no, repeat, that's the way.
Yeah.
No. There's one song I like of the Beatles. One
Fuck.
song.
You're
one song.
you're a hard man.
One. Now listen to me. Listen to me. It's here comes old flat top. Here comes rolling up slowly. That's the only fucking song I like of them. I don't even know the name of it.
The roller
Yeah.
to his
And
knees
it ended right there.
come together.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
And it ended right there, man.
Nah, the Beatles for me. I mean, I still agree that Sgt. Pepper's is probably the greatest album altogether. All
Yeah,
time.
come together. Dick and Cider said it. Come together. Yeah.
I already said it, you deaf bastard.
Well, I just wanted to acknowledge Dick and Cider. He's over there in the chat by himself.
I'm trying to ignore him. Cut it out. Yeah, Sgt. Pepper's is the best album, and it always gets rated as the number one album of all time. But I have to agree. The Rolling Stones, they've stood the test of time. Great band, but when it comes to the metal, that's what I was talking about before. The beginning of heavy metal, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Black Sabbath really were the top of their game in that time.
I'll go along with Black Sabbath, but the rest of it, that's just horseshit.
Oh, come on, I'm going to time you out, Dick and Cider.
Realistically, we don't agree. It's like the God question. We just can't agree.
No, well, music is very subjective. We all have different taste.
It's good for you, though. Music's good for you.
And apparently Thunder has no taste.
No, I'll sit and listen to music.
I have faith. I have faith in my fists.
I mean, there'd be heaps of bands that I listened to that he never did. You weren't listening to ABBA, were you? On Countdown?
I don't. Here's my opinion. I don't see how you.
Come on,
I don't see how you can compare the Beatles to the Rolling Stones in any way, size, shape.
Okay, hang on. Let's take that back a minute. Comparing Beatles to the Rolling Stones. Look at record sales of that time. Who sold more records? Who was on the charts more? The Beatles killed it. The Beatles killed it.
Who came after the Beatles? Right after the Beatles, and
I'm a little bit country. Sorry. And he's a little bit.
You know.
Sorry.
The thing is, Steve, music is very subjective. Donnie and Maria.
Okay, what's your let me ask you this, Thunder. What's your favorite Beatles song ever?
Oh shit, there's so many, man.
No, I said your favorite one.
I don't know if I could pick out just one song because there were so many.
Yellow Submarine. If you're gonna force me, I'll go Yellow Submarine.
Was it Yellow Submarine? Was that one?
No. It'd have to be stuff like
Yellow
it'd be something like Sergeant Pepper's or Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. But there's so many. I mean, I love Helter Skelter and just so many. You know.
There'd be so many.
Well, how does any of that? How does any of that compare to Sympathy for the Devil or?
Oh no! Don't get me wrong,
or-
man. Because "Sympathy for the Devil" is one of my all-time favorite songs. That is classic, man.
Painted Black.
Paint It Black, yeah. Get Off My Cloud and Little Red Rooster.
You know when you can look this up. I read the book Up and Down with the Rolling Stones. It was written by their manager at the time.
I didn't even have that fucking interest in fucking making a success of it.
He told them they had bought a restaurant and a bar, and it wasn't open yet. And the manager was in there, and he said, "You and Keith go back in there, and you write a song, and don't come out until you get it done." And that's where "Paint It Black" came from.
There's another one too. There's the band Free. They were doing their shows, and they'd finished their show with the encores and that, but they didn't really get the reaction that they wanted to. So Andy Fraser, the bass player from Free, went backstage and within 5 minutes wrote the song "All Right Now," which probably became one of their biggest hits. How you doing, Andy?
When you look at "Sympathy for the Devil," Jumping Jack Flash, all that stuff, and you compare that to the Beatles, there's no comparison. I mean,
that's just subjective. That's your taste, Stephen, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I mean, like I said, "Sympathy for the Devil" is one of my all-time favorite songs. I love that song, man. Yeah, I'm not anti-Stones. Don't get me wrong. And I'm only giving my opinion on bands. Everyone's got a different ones. Good to hear.
I can't believe anybody would like the Beatles over the Stones. I just can't believe that.
Oh, it's that period, that 60s period of music. I mean, I liked so many bands in the 60s, and the Beatles just dominated that period. But I like the Kinks. I like Small Faces.
Yeah.
To me, the best, my all-time favorite.
The Kinks.
Hang on.
What's your favorite song? Okay, go ahead.
My all-time favorite male vocalist is Steve Marriott from the Small Faces, who end up in a band in America called Humble Pie. But he would be my favorite all-time vocalist.
What's name a couple? You talk about the Kinks. What's your favorite songs of the Kinks?
All Day, All of the Night. You Really Got Me, Lola. 20th.
Lola, brilliant classic.
Yeah, classic.
Okay. Let's go back to Lola. Okay.
Uh-oh.
You remember the guitar music in that?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're playing Jumping Jack Flash.
Oh, come on.
Written by the Rolling Stones right in the middle of it.
Nothing like it.
No.
Nothing like it.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
All right. Yeah. Okay. What'd they do? Miss a chord?
Mate, you fell out the dumb tree and hit every fucking branch on the way down. No, the Kinks would have to. The Kinks would have to have one of the most hits of any one band. I think they had so many good songs. He was
the number one band in the world that sold the most albums is Aerosmith.
Well, Aerosmith have been around a long time and a great band as well. I mean, I think
that's what I was telling you. They blow them all away.
Dream On.
You interrupted me.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Dream On would probably be one of my favorite songs. But
Steven Tyler's.
there's so many good bands There's so many good
Yeah.
bands having, you know. Like I said, music is
Yeah.
subjective. We're all going to have different tastes. I mean, you know, when rap first came out, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Then I listened to a little
Back
bit
in
of
the
Eminem,
saddle.
but for me, it's
When,
always been
yeah,
that
when
metal
rap
period.
came, when rap first came out, they forgot to put the C in front of it. Mark.
Oh,
D,
jeez.
D, DNC, you go look up Live in Japan, Aerosmith full.
Deep
And
Purple was
they,
alive in
they,
Japan.
they'd been there before and they played Back in the Saddle the first thing and the crowd went fucking nuts, man.
See now, there again, right? Rap was taken from a Jamaican version of singing. It was called toasting, where they used to sing their own version over the B side of a record, and
Ah,
rap was nicked from that and made famous.
okay, I didn't know
No.
that.
Yeah,
Talking about rap music?
yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna go, Dick and Cider. You're gonna go. You know, like it's like grunge. Yeah, there's so many different fucking genres out there, but I didn't mind grunge and what's it? Dave
I
Grohl's.
didn't mind.
Si- uh,
Go ahead.
what's?
I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to think the band that Dave Grohl was a drummer in. Teen Spirit. Come on, the guy that knocked himself off and that. They weren't too bad.
Kurt Cobain.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you what.
Nirvana. You're talking about Nirvana.
Yeah, and back in
Yeah.
the 70s, I was getting into bands that people never even heard of. I mean, they know them today, but I was buying
Yeah.
their albums when they were coming out, like the Ramones. Nobody knew. When I
Oh.
was buying Ramones album, nobody knew who the fuck they were. No, I was too young for 8-track, Graham.
8-track.
You fucker. But you know, a lot of my albums I was importing them.
No, you wasn't, Thunder.
Yeah, I imported the Ramones album. I was reporting Budgie albums.
No, I'm talking about you wasn't too young for 8-track.
Yeah, I can't remember 8-track, mate. It was all cassettes.
Well, they probably didn't. We probably didn't hand that technology off to you during that time.
God.
Oh, here we
Guys,
go. Yeah.
bands like
At the time, it was a secret.
bands like Golden Earring. You know, people still don't know who Golden Earring is, but they'll know they'll know the song Radar Love.
Yeah.
You know, I was importing those albums here because nobody just knew who they were. People love Radar Love. I like the song; it's a great song. But to me, Vanilla Queen is the ultimate song for them.
Real to real, yeah. Dick and Cider. I'm that age too. That was some good stuff back then, and it cost a lot of money. I'm talking back in the '70s. Even when this technology came out, you wanted to buy something real to real, you was going to pay a pretty penny for it.
Yep. Yep. No,
But
I
yeah.
reckon one of the most innovative albums out was Tubular Bells.
It was. I mean, it was the first time someone had got on there and played every instrument himself, and
Yeah.
I think it was the first album that. No worries, Andy. The first album that Virgin Records put out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what made Branson, wasn't it? Christ.
Yeah. But for innovative albums, I mean, the Beatles were always innovative. Same with the Beach Boys, even the Beach Boys in their days. But I tell you what,
the Beach Boys have got to be the best harmonic group in the world, the Beach Boys.
Not many people talk about this album, but it was another one that came out in quadraphonic. But the Who's Tommy, the rock opera Tommy.
Yeah, right.
But I love the Who too. Fantastic early days, all their early stuff, and but like I said, the English really ruled the waves back in the airwaves back in that 60s, early 70s period. And don't get me wrong, there were some great American bands coming out. I'm just trying to think. The guys who did Magic Carpet Ride and Born to Be Wild, Steppenwolf,
Yeah.
great band, but definitely the we over here we called it the English invasion. It was like they just dominated music there for so long, and the Beatles really changed everything for everyone. I mean, feedback. People talk about fucking Hendrix using feedback with his guitar. Well, the Beatles were the first ones to use feedback on an album.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be another writing team like Lennon McCartney. Sensational.
Hey, did you know, or have you seen on the news that Mick Jagger has had open heart surgery, a valve replaced in his heart in New York City?
Yeah,
He
72
didn't do
years
it.
old.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it in England. He come to the United States to have it done because he has dual
Hang on.
citizenship.
It's very possible because he was there, and it
It's
would have been
because
too
he was
dangerous
there.
to fly.
No.
Havoc,
You
it's
got to
because
read.
he was
You got to read
there.
the whole story. No, he chose that. He chose that. It was ahead of time.
He may not have been able to travel with the bad heart, so he just had the operation where he
Oh,
wasn't.
here we go again. All right, you were right. You're right. He
I'm
could have
not.
had it done.
Hang on. I'm not
He
saying
could
I'm
have.
right.
He
I'm
could
just
have had it done
suggesting.
in the Philippines if he'd have been there. But
Oh, for fuck's sake! Shirley, stab that fucker, will you? With a spoon. With a spoon.
everything. It's like everything I say. You just counteract that all.
No. But
Everything.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying it's possibly that reason.
Nobody else. Nobody else is either. No, he chose to come over here. He has dual citizenship, and this has been in the weeks in the making. And he chose to come over to New York and have it done, and he's okay now. Had to cancel a concert tour
No worries,
or
even.
postpone it, but I think he's 74.
Jesus. I mean, they'd have to have the record, I think, for being together the longest as the band. And if you look back at like that 60s, 70s period, they're the guys you would expected to have been dead by now.
Oh, Christ,
Chug.
yeah.
Oh, Keith.
Yeah.
No, Keith Richards will never die. You've heard that joke, haven't you, on Facebook?
Yeah.
Well, I've heard that people can't do any more drugs because Keith Richards had them. Well, they've got to wait for him to die so they can smoke his ashes.
No. Here, the joke I read on Facebook was, we need to get together and get serious about this new green economy, this new green deal, and this new economy, and decide what kind of planet we're going to leave Keith Richards with, because everybody else is going to be dead.
Well, that's possible, mate, because nothing's killed him yet.
Yeah, you're probably right there, Graham.
You remember Thunder? A few months back, I sent you a video where I said he snorted his father.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that video?
Yeah, mate, yeah.
Yeah. He actually snorted. He actually done a line of his dad's fucking ashes, man.
I mean, who knows? I mean, I was watching a documentary about some band, and they were playing, they're staying at the same hotel that the Stones were staying at, and it was a pretty well-known band. But one of the members someone said, "Oh, do you want to meet the Keith Richards?" And this guy's there, yeah, for sure, fucking love to. So they took him up to the penthouse because the Stones had the top floor, and when they walked in there, all they seen was they rushed him out real quick because all they seen was Keith Richards' body laying down in the bathroom, out for the count. They thought he was dead.
He's just regenerating his batteries.
I tell you
Re-energizing.
They got some funny stories. I mean, one of my favorite rock artists, just for his personality alone, is Joe Walsh. I love Joe Walsh, and he was telling a story where he was out with Keith Moon partying, and Keith Moon was one of the original wild men of rock and roll, and he's there. Keith Moon took him around.
What band was
Keith
he?
Moon.
The
He
Who?
was the
The
drum.
Who? The Who?
Yeah, the drummer for the Who,
Okay, okay.
and he took Joe Walsh around to all these hardware stores, and he's fucking buying all this shit. And Joe Walsh is like, doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Anyway, fucking, they get up to their hotel room, and Keith Moon puts all this shit together, throws it in the toilet, flushes the toilet, and the fucking toilet 2 floors down blew up. He's fucking dropping bombs down through the toilet system.
Damn.
And that's what fucking. But then again, you had Joe Walsh who would knock the walls out of hotel rooms, and he reckons what happened was he'd be next door to Glenn Fry, and so he'd go to Glenn Fry's door, and Glenn Fry wouldn't let him in. So he'd go back inside and knock the fucking wall down so he could get into Glenn Fry's room. And that comes from that song "Life's Be Good to Me," where he says he stays at hotels and knocks down the walls. I have accountants pay for it all.
Yeah.
He said usually they gave him adjoining rooms once he started walking into hotels with a chainsaw. they usually made sure they had an adjoining room. But there's some funny stories from back in those days. They really were crazy, and I don't think we'll see that period like that again.
No, I know the Stones were banned from a lot of hotels in the United States because they trashed them.
Well, to be
They
honest,
didn't
mate,
do.
half the
They
time
didn't. They didn't do nothing too fucking crazy, and they had to pay for it. But
half the time they wouldn't have known what they were doing.
They just didn't want them back again. Even though you paid for it, we don't want you back again.
Steve, I've got an album here with I'm just trying. Geez, I've just had a mental blank with the guitarist that died. The original guitarist from the Stones.
You're not talking about Jones, are you?
Yeah, I got an album with him on the cover, on the back and the front of it.
He OD'd in a swimming pool.
Well, drowned in a swimming pool. There's a lot of mystery. I mean,
they said that's why he drowned.
Yeah, I've seen
he
a guy
OD'd in there.
Well, there's a story going around.
He actually started that band. Brian Jones is who you're talking about. I think.
Yeah, Brian Jones. Yep. There's stories that either a security guy or someone else there drowned him, and someone had supposedly admitted it on their deathbed, but you just never know. It'll always be a mystery but he was a talented boy. But I do believe he'd been sacked from the Stones at the time when he died, Steve. But he is the original member.
I do know. Like I said, get the book called "Up and Down the Rolling Stones." Mick Jagger wanted to be the main leader of that band, and during that time, he eulogized him in Hyde Park and somewhere in London, and the crowd was crying. And then they broke into a fucking tune. I can't remember what it was. And they went crazy for Mick Jagger. And he was the leader of the band ever since then. So I really don't know what happened.
Yeah, there's a bit of mystery to all that. And I guess that's what it was like back in those days. But yeah, I've got it's called High Tides in Green Grass or something like that. It was like a best of back in the 60s. My uncle gave it to me. And it's got Jones there as part of the band on the front cover and on the back. And they are so young, man. They're like, these guys would have been in their early 20s at the time.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I like the Rolling Stones, but when I'm talking about those other bands, I'm talking about the beginning of the metal period. What they would end up becoming heavy metal.
I was never in that metal shit.
Yeah, I mean, Led Zeppelin were just simply artistically fantastic.
I don't consider Led Zeppelin metal.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're definitely metal.
Stairway to Heaven is metal.
No, but that's one song. Listen to some of the other
stuff. And I was done with them. I was done with them right after that.
If you listen to Black Dog and rock and roll and shit like that,
I've listened to it, and I just I'm just not into that heavy metal stuff.
Same with Deep Purple would have to be one of the most musically talented bands, with Glover, Lord, and Blackmore, Pace. Um, I'm not. It's one of the concerts I have seen, the original lineup of Deep Purple, and it was the best concert I ever seen. And it was just like listening to the album. They were so clean. I mean, the second concert after that was probably my favorite. Would have been Hell's Bells, AC/DC. But
Yeah.
I tell you what, Deep Purple blew every band away that I've ever seen. And I've seen Floyd, and I remember going and seeing what's his name, George Thorogood, and bands like
Well,
that.
I seen AC/DC in Lakeland, Florida. I think it was 92, 93, and
Okay,
that was
see,
the
that's
that
Brian
that
Johnson.
that was the best concert I've ever been to.
Yeah, it would be the second best one I've been to, but Deep Purple were definitely the number one, just simply because they were just so good on the night, and they were so clean musically. They were real musicians. But then again, a lot of people don't know that Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin played on the first couple, at least maybe two or three Kinks albums, because their guitarist wasn't up to scratch at the time, and Jimmy was a studio musician, and he played on the original Kinks albums. I don't know if you know that, Terry.
I actually
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, that's fact.
I actually seen Michael Jackson in concert because I wanted to fuck my babysitter in 19 fucking
Oh Jesus!
I think it was 87, 85, 86, something like that.
And people
And
talk
that was
about.
in Indianapolis. No, my wife's coming in here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, hello, Thunder.
Hey, how you doing, Shirley?
Hi, my husband is a whore.
What the fuck?
There you go.
Steve,
There
what are
you
you
go.
doing? People talk
No.
about Jimmy Page as being talented, and he definitely was, and he's probably considered the number one guitarist of all time. But
Is he still alive?
Yeah. John Paul Jones was probably the most talented out of that band altogether. He could play anything, and he was classically trained to play anything. I did read an article where he said it pissed him off that Jimmy could walk into his room, pick up anything, and just play it and get a tune out of it. But classically, like in the way of being trained, John Paul Jones was an incredible musician. Yeah. Like I said, Bonham, probably the greatest rock drummer of all time.
Kelly,
Cobber.
why? I know crap, man. This fucking thing, I swear. I'll try my hardest to be quiet from now on. But if I just put that fucking, if I mute myself for fucking, 30 seconds, that seems to be it. It just doesn't want to come back after that. Maybe the universe is saying, shut the fuck up, Andy.
Yeah, what you might have to do, Ed, what you have to do is you go back into Hangout screen and the settings up the top there, and go to the sound settings and choose a different one, and you'll find eventually that you get your comes back.
Yeah, I've done that. You guys end up usually complaining about me the next time I'm on, going, we can fucking hear you, we can hear ourselves, blah, 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 blah. No, I think I'll leave it alone and just, the only problem, the only issue with when we start my computer is it's like, it's kind of hit and miss. Sometimes it doesn't
Thunder.
start.
Andy, stifle a minute. Thunder,
Shut the fuck up, did you?
Thunder, don't you think this accent, the voice that Andy's got, if he cut loose and was his nerves were calm, couldn't he sing any AC/DC song? That's my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think I don't think I'm wrong.
Yeah. So Crystal, come up on the panel.
Crystal might be unhappy if I start singing AC/DC songs.
I would be. I love AC/DC, man.
I need a hit. There's some bloke on YouTube. He's fucking singing AC/DC songs. It wouldn't be bad if he was good. He's fucking horrible.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry, it's just like I said. You know, I'm on top of the world. I mean, fucking if I wasn't sitting down, I'd be dancing.
Andy's happy.
Tiptoe through the tulips and that, you know how it is.
Oh God, no. That
Get my
wouldn't suit your voice.
ukulele out. Who's that?
I think you picked a couple of good songs. You need to learn to do that. Devil Went Down to Georgia better though.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Get used to the words.
No, don't listen to him. You need to do ACDC songs, like I told you. Just let it loose and just scream that fucking shit, man. And I guarantee it's gonna pan out for you.
Oh, all right, we'll see. No, I said I'll try, because I'll try anything. Pretty well. Almost anything.
Okay.
I've got to be careful when I say things to you Americans, because fuck knows what you're thinking when I fucking say some of these things. Simple things can be so misconstrued, But I'm pretty easy going. We'll go with that. That'll work, Andy.
Sometimes.
Yeah, no, we'll have it.
Crystal just said she was on the panel.
Yeah, well, was being the operative word.
Heck, you came in and seen us. All you can do is come and see us again.
Would it help? Would it help if I left the panel that she would come on there?
No, she likes you, Steve.
What's she been in, eh?
She's just shy, and I guess when we get going, well, we kind of dominate the chat, so it's hard. She's so softly spoken. And
yeah, you got to watch out for them quiet ones, Mark.
Oh, tell me about it, mate. There you go, Steve. Crystal saying, "Don't you dare."
That reminds me of fucking George. Just seen a George Carlin clip. He's like, the stupid things people say. Watch the quiet ones. Yeah, why are you watching the quiet one? The fucking loud, nasty one is fucking coming in your fucking ass. Hey?
All I heard out of that statement, Andy, was two asses and a fuck.
Fuck.
And another fuck.
Speaking English, are you, buddy? Sorry, I felt American for a moment. Sorry. Freaking.
You've been fucking well told, Andy. Now stop it.
Again, freaking, what do I say? I probably have spoken enough for the day. That's it.
No, you're good. You're good. Keep on. No.
Yes, no. Up, down, round and round. Sorry. I'll say sorry a fucking lot. I don't really mean that.
Go practice on what I told you to do, Andy.
I will. I'll be a fucking wait when you're asleep. Probably.
Huh?
I've been awake since. I've only been awake for 12 hours.
That's not bad. I mean, it's only half a day.
So I'll probably be here till. Realistically, I'll probably be here until this finishes, and then I'll probably get fucking. I don't turn up for fucking karaoke, they'll fucking spank me.
Focus on what I told you to. Focus on what I told you to, Andy.
I'll go in there from now on. No, I can't sing. I'm fucking practicing something else. Fucking, there will.
Focus on what I told you to, Andy.
I will, matey. I will. Don't you worry about that. I'll tell you. I'll fucking I'm in hell.
I tell you one that maybe you could get away with, Andy, is can I sit next to you, girl?
Oh yeah. No, look, I'm always open to fucking, everything. I actually prefer constructive criticism actually to fucking, to random fucking bollocks. As a rule. So I'm always open to fucking, when you fucking,
Well,
you think I should try this song, I'm happy to fucking give it a go. I tried that Afro Man, but fuck, I just wanted to fucking, fucking horrible song. Just too slow. It's fucking yuck.
It's just funny. It's not.
Yeah, but it's not. Like I said, it's you kind of got to fit with the song. You know, there's plenty of songs that I put on there that I liked, but I couldn't sing.
Maybe you had to listen to it when you're really bent.
Maybe. And well, that's a good possibility. See, I'll be awake for a fair while, Steve, over there, buddy. I'll be awake for a fair while now. So I've got a fair bit. It's just been good. But must be time. Must be that time again. It's that time. Good news week.
Good news week.
It's a song, though. It's not that.
Come on.
You know, I mean, it's a TV show, but it's a song as well.
Yeah. Come on, babe. Come up. Steve's thinks you don't come up because he's here. So come up and join us. She's going to send me a message in a minute. You watch. So what sort of sort of music did you get into, Terry? Like just anything?
Well, to be quite honest, I'm a very, very big reggae fan.
Oh,
Wow. I wouldn't have picked that. There goes a message.
Yeah, there goes a
I would have
message,
picked. I would have picked the gay part. I would have picked the gay part, but not the Ray part of it.
I was thinking Gary and the pacemakers myself, and maybe a little clip.
No, where I grew up in London, there was a lot of the first wave of all the Jamaicans come over,
Ah, okay.
and I got to going down to their clubs and their house parties, and it was absolutely brilliant, mate. Honestly.
No, I imagine fucking pretty wild.
I'm surprised. I thought a lot of English, if they're like love the older style music, would have got into that Mercy sound.
Oh, the Mercy, yeah. Jerry,
You know
Jerry, what's his fucking name? Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry and the Pacemakers and all that sort of shit.
So
There's so many. of them.
So you don't like no rock and roll or nothing?
Oh yes,
Any
I
rock
do.
and
Yeah,
roll?
I like every sort of music.
Okay.
Every sort of music, from rock and roll to opera.
He just
That's
has
right,
a,
I mean,
There's no getting by fucking the 1812 overture with real fucking tenants, I'm telling you.
What do you
William
say?
Tell Overture is a better one.
Yeah, I learned
Yeah.
that into overture. I like to put those cannons sell it for me.
That,
I learned it from tenants.
Did he say he's gonna sell a pony?
No.
I'm wrapped in cellophane.
You're wrapped in cellophane?
Yeah, cellophane. Yeah, you know what cellophane is?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Andy, just log off there and go do what I told you to do.
Oh, fucking no, I can't. I like to fucking. Well, just fucking. I like to do whatever it is I'm doing.
Okay. When this is done, go do what I told you to do.
Yes, my fucking manager.
Yeah, I am your manager,
I know.
goddamn.
I'm hearing you. I'm fucking hearing it.
When you're done with this live chat, go do what I told you to do.
I suppose it's probably good to have an American manager. We're going to do a tour of America, right?
hold on, Andy. You're under contract. Andy, you're under contract at Heidi's. Don't forget that.
Did you sign anything, Andy?
No,
Yeah, we
I'll
signed him up.
Hey, no, listen.
just change my fucking name.
If Havoc's his manager, then I'm his security, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Laughing. Imagine that.
I got confidence in Andy, man. Real good.
He's got more confidence in me than I have.
See? And that's what counts. That's what counts.
That's right. It's the kind of confidence you want.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Steve, what's it like being in the minority?
It's like everybody's against me.
Oh
To
shit!
put it quite bluntly.
To see you in that room, we're all speaking English, and you're all speaking that hybrid thing, and you're just misunderstanding what we're saying.
He speaks American.
Oh, that's right, American hybrid thing. Sorry, pretty close. Well, not really close. But I knew what I was saying.
I knew what you'd say.
Andy,
I knew what I was saying.
cut
Right.
it. Andy, cut it short and go practice.
Oh my god, between you and fucking Heidi and oh my god, fucking hell. Fuck! Hey? Yeah, now she's got two. She loves now because I fucking she asked me for a love song. I said the best love song I could get was Tainted Love. You know, because I'm a bit like that. Fucking likes it. Now I'm fucking stuck with two songs that she likes. Not that I care really, because I'm happy to fucking make the world happier and a better place and happier and all that. I know fucking that's how it is.
I guarantee you, when Andy opens them pipes up, when he gets good and loose, he's gonna sound just like the lead singer, any lead singer that ever played for AC/DC. I guarantee it.
1, 2, 3, or before. I wonder if he fucking. We should maybe do another version of my mini version. They're getting a bit old. Well, I guess fucking. What's his name? Fucking way old.
It don't matter, Andy. We just want to hear those pipes. Those pipes. That's it.
Oh, fucking pipes. I like my bagpipes, actually.
I was talking about when saying singers. I mean, I said Steve Marriott's probably my favourite vocalist. I tell you who's got a great rock and roll voice who doesn't matter whether he's on an album or doing it live, he always sounds the same, is Paul Rodgers from Free and Bad Company, the singer.
All right.
He's, I think recently too played with Queen.
Oh, see, Queen's not Queen anymore, you know. I mean, if there was going to be an impact, where is that fucking impact?
Queen's not Queen anymore.
No, he just fucking replacing Freddie, man. No replacing Freddie at all. Especially with some fucking chump from fucking America. America's got most fucking wanted or fucking where it was. Fucking hell. Got talent, sorry. Most wanted got talent. Probably pretty close. Fucking in some cases, I imagine. Fucking. But yeah, no, really, fucking, you know, he is the master. I mean, fuck, one of the best singers ever, I reckon, personally. But you know, I'm sure I'll fucking find someone who disagrees with me. Come on, bring it on, disagree. I'm looking forward to it.
No, you're right, Andy. You're right, Andy.
Oh fuck no, I'm right. Oh my god. What a day! I've already been right once today, twice. I'm going for a hat trick. I've got 2 hours to get the hat trick. You know what a hat trick is, don't you? I just didn't even explain what
a hat trick.
Yeah, it's a cricket term, but you guys might use
not
it.
Real sure about that.
You might use it in baseball.
Who in the hell is this in the chat fucking up there? Okay, somebody took care of him.
Yeah, I got rid of him.
Fuck off.
What is that fucking thing?
Just another.
Hell, is this bogan?
Troll from yesterday.
Who knows? I'm not going to put up with too much of that shit. They can just get out.
Yeah. Fuck 'em.
Simple thing is, you don't like it, just don't listen. Get out. Go somewhere else.
Yeah. But they don't want to do that. They want to come in here and pick and clean, try to get a rise and all that bullshit. That just pisses me off to no fucking end.
I can put up with a bit, but
I can't. I can't put up with none of it.
Yeah, it's probably a little annoying when people come in and they're not involved in the conversation.
Yep.
See? You know, that's a bit fucking over the top.
Hey, Lost, how you doing,
Once
mate?
I get to know you, I don't give a fuck what you fucking think of me, cunt. It's pretty simple there, man, Dookie Mike, or whatever your fucking name is.
Oh.
Not many people speaking English, fucking hell.
Well, if bogan means bad, Tony, yes, that's exactly who you are.
Bunny's not bad. It's like It's not really like redneck, is it? It's not really like redneck. That's a bit.
Oh, they're worse.
That's right. You
Well,
guys are a bit worse, yeah.
No, look, they're pretty close to being the same thing, really. Just one's an Aussie version, and
I suppose we just don't have Kentucky and fucking and guns.
true.
What kind of chaos we'd have in Western Sydney if they all had guns. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but the bogans over there run over everything in their cars.
What's a bogan?
Like a redneck, I guess. It's our version of a redneck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess probably worse, in some cases worse than. The best one, if you ever want to see what a bogan is supposed to be like, Google housos. That will explain a bogan.
They explain it, yeah. I'm fucking. Never got into that show. I mean, I love pizza, but I couldn't get into that show. I couldn't get into any of the others, actually.
Yeah, Fat Pizza. I couldn't really get into too much of that, but housos was funny.
Did you hear what Tony said?
Yeah, the government took it down. That's right. Look at those. Same old thing. People just represent us. We vote for them to represent us. We don't vote for them to make up fucking idiotic fucking rules.
Well, did you hear? I've seen this on a news feed. Australia's now got a gun lobby, and they're backed by some big money, and they want to get some of the laws turned around.
It seems like they're probably not that hard to fucking. Yeah, it's not that hard. You want to make the effort. You know what I mean? It's not that, doesn't seem like it's that hard. I had a bit of a look at it. Fucking.
I just don't think. For me, this has been my opinion. If you give up a right, you just won't get it back.
Oh, you never get it back.
Let me ask you something, Thunder. What happened in Australia about the guns?
Well, there was
because I don't know. I really don't know.
There was a mass murder. A guy, and again, this is lots of conspiracy surrounding this one. So, but the general story is that this guy Martin Bryant in Tasmania walked around this place and killed, I think, over 20 odd people, women, children, men, women, children.
30 something, 38 or something like that.
It was something ridiculous.
Something crazy. And they reckon he was such a good shot because he played lots of fucking video games.
Yeah, that's a lot of bullshit. When we had a lieutenant colonel here in Australia who was considered to be one of the top 5 snipers in the world, turned around and said that if that was him on that day, he could not have shot that accurately as what this guy. This guy was supposedly getting kill shots from shooting from the hip.
Yeah, no.
His kill ratio was incredible. Like the sniper said, I couldn't have done it.
Let's jump forward. What happened to your gun laws then?
Well, what happened is they made it harder to get a pistol. You now have to go through like a TAFE course to get a gun license. They took away semi-automatics from the general public. Like if you're a farmer, you can still have them. But for the most part, you can still own guns, but it's highly regulated. You have to have a safe for your guns, safe for your ammo, and the police can come and inspect them anytime they want.
That's fucking communism. That's fucking. That's a police. That's a police thing.
Police state. Yeah, I agree. Police state. Definitely.
Let me ask you something. Can you own a shotgun?
Yeah, of course. But again, you can't own a riot gun. You can't own.
No. I'm not done yet. I wasn't done yet. Can you own a shotgun?
I said yes.
Okay, how many can you own?
I guess you can own as many fucking as you want. If they're double barreled.
Does the police state come in there then?
If you have guns, you have to, like I said, keep the gun in a safe, the ammo in a separate safe, and the police have the right. And the police, yes, of course, everything, any gun.
Okay.
And the police, if you have a gun license and you carry guns on your premises, the police have the right to come in there any time to inspect them.
Fuck.
Wow, that's bullshit.
There's a
Man.
reason. There's an absolute reason.
That's
Yes,
fucked up. That's fucked up, man. That's real fucked up. But you don't have to go to the police's house who have guns in Australia.
No. The police, if their police issued firearms are kept at work in a safe.
Well, where is that? Where does that entail anything good? I mean, be honest.
All right, be honest. We don't have the school killings that you have, or the death by shooting. Who's got their YouTube on? I can hear myself.
Yeah, I can hear one too.
Maybe it's fucking lost,
Somebody,
mate.
I think it's lost. I think it's lost.
You fucking, what are you doing, you Texan stud?
Oh no, he's fucking muted.
No, it can't be him then.
No. Fucking, I still had to say, I honestly had to say, even though, because I mean, fucking, you know, it's a pain in the ass. I mean, not that I've fucking got a gun or hit, you know, but yeah, we don't have shootings, we don't have mass shootings. I mean, I can actually remember back in the day fucking thinking to myself once after I think the Hoddle Street massacre, I thought to myself, I think I said this before, I can't see myself ever being so fucking angry that I'd go home, get my guns, load the cunts up, get back in the car, drive somewhere and shoot fucking God knows how many fucking people.
Well, let me ask you this. To Thunder. You're sitting in the middle. You're sitting in the middle of a theater.
I think they have more chance getting some weed.
Andy.
Sorry.
You're sitting in the middle of a theater in the United States. Guy walks in, and he's got an illegal firearm that the police aren't looking at. He acquired it on the streets, and he's getting ready to kill as many people in there as he can. You're sitting next to me, and I've got a carry-on. I turn around, find out who he is. I zero in on him, and I put one right between his fucking eyes, and he's dead.
Yeah, but if I'm standing next to him, I'm either A, gonna, run like fuck, depending on circumstances, or B, I'm gonna fucking have the opportunity, I'm probably gonna have a go with guns, and I'm gonna go, you know? But there's those two options: attack or run like fuck. You know?
Well, no, the third one is duck. The third one is duck.
Hide. Yeah, hide somewhere. You know, I mean,
no. Here's the philosophy of the United States. The majority of the people that own guns here. If everybody owns a gun, there won't be no real fucking robbery.
It'll just be easier. No, that's bullshit too, isn't it? Really.
No, it isn't.
There is some logic to that.
People still fucking rob places all the time.
It's one of those things though where you're either all in or all out.
Yeah.
So you're going to force onto the people that don't want to have a gun that they can have one regardless.
No. I'm just saying you open the law up where everybody can carry, and then some dickhead pulls out a fucking gun. And then
I had this argument with Steve. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you. I'll put this to Loss. He came up with an argument for this, but I was still a bit okay. So there's so many guns in America, as we know. Mm-hmm. But how come every time there's a fucking big shooting, there's no one there with a gun to stop it?
Yeah,
exactly. Because they choose the places. They choose the places where there's gun laws at, or they choose a place. They choose a place where nobody. Can I finish?
James.
I guess not.
You should know you probably can't around here. You know that one now.
I tried to answer the question.
Go on, answer it then. And then we'll hear from Terry. So, go on. What's your answer?
They chose the place where it would be when you go into a country or something like that, where most gun shootings happen. Okay, you're gonna walk through a metal detector or what? I'm eating shrimp right now. pardon my mouth. But anyway, when you walk into a place like that, you can't take a gun into there. But what I'm saying is, if you're in just a regular bar, like what happened in Bartow or Florida, or I can't remember what it wasn't far from Bartow, but when you look at that, if you walk into that place and somebody's got a gun and you're firing shit off of them, somebody's gonna blow your goddamn head off.
But it doesn't seem to happen. That's my argument.
Well, I'm talking about they pick places where you're not allowed to carry. You're not allowed to carry.
All right. Now, Terry,
That's that's my point.
Terry, you want to comment on this?
What I was going to say is, he said they pick places where you're not allowed to carry, but like the fella in Las Vegas who shot up that concert, he was allowed to carry tons of it up into his bedroom and shoot from a safe place, you know. So that's how good the laws are.
They didn't know that. They didn't know what he carried in there. They did not know what he carried in there.
Well, of course they didn't know, because they wouldn't have fucking let him if they knew.
Have you ever walked into a hotel in the United States and got onto an elevator and they said, "We want to check your suitcase"? No, that never happens. That never fucking happens.
Wow, well that's good to know. I'm fucking bring all kinds of shit when I come to America. I'll fucking fill my fucking suitcase up with God knows what. And I'm good. Well,
he could have filled that up with grenades, you know. They're not going to check it. They're not allowed to check it.
But you don't hear with all the shootings that do go on over there. You very rarely hear of a private citizen stepping in and taking out the bad guy.
I heard of one the other day. Where something happened and this guy fucking was had a carry permit and all that. And he pulled his gun out and went towards the fucking sounds of gunfire, and some cunt shot him dead. So I guess
that's
probably not going to
because most of them. That's because most of them in the areas that it happens at.
That's why you need fucking firm boundaries.
They're not carrying guns, but now it's more fluid, and now they want to take them away. I'll tell you what, a guy walked up to me a long goddamn time ago, and here's what he said to me. He said, "I'll tell you what, Steve." He said, "If you outlaw guns, the only people that will have them are outlaws."
Oh,
that was my father.
Yeah. I hear these same fucking reasons all the time, man. Honestly, this is one of those things. And I learned a fucking long time. One of these arguments is not worth arguing about in guns and Americans. You can talk about guns with other people, but you can't talk about it with Americans. You've got one fucking idea, and that's that. And that is I have the right to fucking follow this amendment and not amend it. Sorry.
Yeah, but
what's 2 cents?
I mean, it's a right in their constitution, so why shouldn't they?
But it's an amendment. It's an amendment. So they
I've been around shotguns. Actually, shot 10 gauge, 12 gauge shotguns since I was fucking 410 shotgun. Since I was fucking 5 years old, man.
So really, you're being brought up from a different perspective to me, obviously. I mean, I've fired guns, but yeah, it's just not on the top of my. Wouldn't be in my top fucking 10 things to do.
Yeah, I used to belong.
Andy said it wouldn't be in my top 10 things to do. It wasn't in mine either, Andy.
But if it's in your life and you're brought up with it, you're going to have a different opinion about it than say us that. Fucking.
I'll tell you what, Andy. Go ahead, go on.
The only time the world goes nuts about this gun thing is when there's a mass shooting, not when there's just fucking You know, I mean, because hell, you guys fucking have like what 30,000 deaths from guns a year or some insane amount. People don't even seem to get upset.
Okay, when you got a mass. Here's my opinion. Here's my opinion. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm finished. Off you go, Copper.
If my opinion is, if you got a mass shooting and you're shooting into a crowd of 1,000 people, if 30 of them have a weapon to shoot back at you and find out where that's coming from.
Yeah, no, but they gotta have the guts to fucking do it. There's lots of things. They gotta fucking.
No, I think they would. I think if they feared, if they feared for their life that much, I think they would.
People fucking react fucking differently and different.
I'm just pulling that out of my ass.
You can fucking handle it doesn't mean you can. You know, just because you think you can doesn't mean you can. I mean, look. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm feeling a bit.
All right.
A bit devilish.
Like I said it before, Andy. A guy walked up to me a long goddamn time ago. He was my father, and here's what he said to me.
Yep.
He said, "If you outlaw guns, the only people that will have them are outlaws." And that was my father.
You know, the only people got them now are fucking outlaws pretty well. That's the government.
Well, no. When you got school shootings and they're the only ones that are allowed to have them, they're outlaws, and you're not allowed to have one, then you're fucked. You're fucked. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? As I hear from Americans using it and talk to them about guns and we know fucking know better, they tell me that I can drive a car and kill people. They say, you know, it's one after another, or get an axe, or hell. Sing.
Yeah. Gonna outlaw access in cars? Nope.
Yeah, Tony, it was more like 20 seconds. I think the best trained troops at the time could fire off three musket shots per minute. So you're probably looking at about 20 seconds of reload on those things.
Yeah, you were surprised. I mean, that could be a bestseller, man. It wouldn't, eh? Fucking hell.
Guns.
We should make a fucking song and dance. Do a song and dance about it. Ah!
Well, that is the second. That is the second religion in America, isn't it? Guns.
Just fucking. Don't get through to them. Fucking. I mean, at least these guys are actually pretty reasonable. Like fucking in forums, you know, where it's in forums where you're just texting and there's no voice or nothing. Oh my god, fucking, it's like fucking, I connect on the snake. Come on, Andy, just fucking headbutt that fucking wall. You're gonna get fucking make more sense out of the fucking situation than listen to these dingbats. You know, and I don't like pain, but it's still fucking sometimes.
But it's one of those things, Andy, it's culture. That's part of American culture.
Yeah, no, imagine it's been around for a long time. I mean, that's right. And it's never really been a culture here, has it? You know, realistically, most people that had guns here would have been prosecutors and fucking farmers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, there would be always people that, you know, just like their guns.
I mean, it definitely, we've never been as fascinated. We're not fascinated with them like the US.
Yeah. A submarine or a tank, if anyone's donating, I'll take one. One of either, or both.
I don't think guns, I really don't think guns is a problem though. I mean, if you look at Canada, yeah, well, Canada's got a lot of guns per person as a population, and they don't seem to have the same issues. So there's something else in the American culture there that's fucking, that leads to all this shit.
I don't think they're fucking cowboys, gunslingers.
No, I disagree. I don't think that at all. I think for the most part, for the most part, American gun owners are pretty responsible people.
Yeah, until they lose a plot, I guess. I mean, that's, you know, because that's the issue. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but realistically, every single one of us that's sane today could possibly be insane tomorrow. I mean, you only need the right trigger to fucking send you over the edge. And that's obvious from the fact that you get triggered and shoot a whole heap of fucking people.
But it could be a problem of society. It could be like the over medication of some people. I mean, I'm guessing a lot of these shooters were on some sort of medication and had some issues. And there's definitely a problem with over medicating over there.
Well,
There is everywhere.
Well, that's right. That's why they say antibiotics are no good because they fucking, you know.
Yeah, but
Antibiotics.
Hang on, Andy, hang on.
I've been over medicated a long time.
Hang on, Terry.
And I've never shot up a fucking school.
No, Terry.
Mark, you hear that all the time. That's the biggest excuse that the media want to pump out. They're been over medicated. They're this and they're that, and they're mentally deficient.
Well,
it's not that at all.
But
I'm just
But then Terry, what do you think it is? Because I can't. I've looked at the problem and I can't see. I mean, it's definitely a cultural thing over there. And
oh, definitely.
How about we go this route with it? Some people are just really fucked up in the fucking mind, and you're not going to stop it.
Yeah, but then you got a large percentage of them over there.
Exactly.
And you guys
what do you mean by a large percentage?
Okay, well, all right. No, hang on. If you look at how many guns are in America per person, and say look at Canada, how many guns are there per person, they don't have anywhere near the shootings that the US does. The US will kill everybody for shootings. You know, you guys probably kill more people over there than they do in Mogadishu or Syria.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's something insane. It's like 30,000.
Well, I can't. Here in America, we have a problem. We can't help it if liberals have children.
Hang on, no, that's bullshit. That's not a good reason. Terry, what do you think the problem is?
I really don't know, Mark. It's a really complex problem, mate, isn't it? It's very, very complex.
But banning guns is not the answer. Banning guns is not the answer.
2015, there were 33,600 deaths.
Yeah, but most of the gun crime over there is black on black, isn't it? You know, it's gang culture. It's
yeah. In the United States, it's black on black. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you look at the amount of mass shootings they have, which is still out of proportion, and that's not all. You know, I mean, we're talking Caucasians.
What about the kid?
Yeah, but I mean, some people get swayed
Well,
by these.
What, for instance, Thunder, are you talking about?
What are you talking? Like, just say, for instance, the mass shootings.
You said mass white. You're talking about this guy in like
no.
Vegas?
I'm talking about generally, like the mass shootings would be Caucasian. They're not always. It might be blacks that do.
No.
No.
Yeah, I agree 100%. They are Caucasian, and I can tell you exactly what causes all this. And you will disagree with me 1,000%.
Oh no, 2,000%. Sorry.
You want to hear what it is?
No. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, interesting. I mean,
we need to talk and chat and crap on.
Oh, no, let him have his say.
I can tell you exactly what it is, 1,000%, and I've got and I can back that up if you just do a little research.
Okay.
It is the media trying to draw black people in this country and Spanish people in this country apart, and there is a war. Now, I'm not done. I'm not fucking done yet. I'm not fucking done talking yet. And they also say there's a war on white guys. They don't like white people, white males especially, because we're fucking privileged. And when you feed that to the wrong goddamn white male, you know, maybe some shit like that will happen. That's all I'm saying. And I'm done. I'm done talking about this. You guys go ahead and talk about yourself. I'll sit here and listen for a while and then I'll leave. And that's what's on the fucking news. That's what's on the fucking news every goddamn day, every goddamn night. for the last 3 fucking years, there's a war on white males in this country, and guns and everything else.
Well, I don't know. I don't hear the news over there, so. But I'd definitely say when it comes to mass shootings, I'd just say there's more Caucasians involved in mass shootings.
There you go.
I could be wrong. I mean, you have to look at the statistics, I guess.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. The mainstream media is trying to fuck this country up, and they're doing a pretty good goddamn job of it.
Funny part is that for fucking most of the fucking 20th century and most of the 21st century, mainstream fucking media's been working for the government. Fuck. Sorry, man. That's just how it is. Oh, you know, maybe it's not how it is. I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. Based on shit.
No, actually, you can find some factual basis to back up some of your stuff there, Andy. Like in America, for example, when Obama was president, one of his czars, as they called him, one of them was the head of the CEO of CNSBC, one of the news outlets, and all of course, all they ran was they love Obama at the time. So, I mean, there's definitely some truth. Well, you know, maybe not the government's running, but there's definitely agendas behind certain things for sure.
The government's just a front to fucking think you've got some kind of choice.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Andy. You're dead right, mate.
I would say at one time the government actually was a good thing. I'll just take America here, so I don't know about other people's governments. But before we put all these bureaucrats in power, before there was FBIs and CIAs and Department of this and Department of that, these people are in there forever. Whereas, you know, our senators and representatives are turning out all their time, and they're pretty much having to answer to the bureaucrats now. And that wasn't the way it was supposed to be set up.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, everybody on the panel, you have not seen in the mainstream media. I guess you don't watch it. Have you ever seen?
Yes, yes, I have. I'm an American. Yes, I see it all the time.
and they talk about white males, fucking what do they call us? I can't even remember. I'm so pissed off. I can't even fucking remember it.
Crackers? No. With cheese?
No.
No, not cheese. A bit of ham.
No, priority. We have priority over everybody. I can't remember how they word it. But
we have privilege. Is that what you're saying? We have privilege.
Yeah, white privilege. Yeah, white privilege. We're all white privilege, and fuck us, and just go on.
Well, Havoc,
and do about your
business. I'm sure you're well aware there's an agenda with all that, especially with like the progressive left type people.
I know what the agenda is. It's the left. It's the Democrat. It's the Democrats and the people that took away our economy, the top 1%. I know exactly who's doing it. I know exactly who's. I've known that for fucking years.
Oh fuck! Yeah, well, you guys are $30 trillion in fucking debt. Fuck! That's a scary fucking self, man. 30 trillion. You can't say it.
Thunder's lost a stream again.
Yes, we've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say. I know it ain't gonna last too much longer after he fell off. So it actually ended.
No, I think we're still here. Well, like, hey, last time me and Steve ended up having a bit of a chat for like half an hour. I don't know if we should do that again, but well, Thunder won't get upset with us.
But I'll tell you what about being a white male in America. After hearing this shit all the time, fucking day in and day out, I get a little goddamn pissed off about fucking you talking about my white fucking privilege and all that bullshit. Maybe that may cause somebody to get a gun out and fucking start firing it into a crowd. You know, who fucking knows? Who fucking knows? But I'll tell you what, I never owned a slave. I've never done anything to any. I'm married to a fucking Filipino. She's still alive. She's been here for 24 fucking years. I haven't fucking killed her yet. You know, sometimes no, sometimes when the media just fucking when they just fucking pry and fucking point and pick, sometimes people snap. Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Well, Havoc, let me get a word in real quick. You know, obviously, what the media is portraying